માનવતા ગેસ્ટને રિક્વેસ્ટ કરું છું ડાયસ પર આવી જાય શ્રી સુધીરભાઈ નાયક, શ્રી અશોકભાઈ મહેતા, ડૉક્ટર વંદના શાહ અને ડૉક્ટર મીરા શર્મા. હું અમારા ગ્રુપ ચેરમેન બશીરભાઈ મંસૂરીની રિક્વેસ્ટ કરું છું મંચ પર આવી જાય. કો ચેરમેન એઆઈએનડીટી કમિટી શૈલેષ ખવાણી મંચ પર આવી જાય. કો ચેરમેન વિઘ્નેશભાઈ કનેરિયા. So again, good evening, all the ladies and gentlemen, all the guests here on the dais. My name is Puneet Gajara, a chairman AI committee and part of the managing committee SGCCI. આજનો જે સેમિનાર છે ટ્રાન્સફોર્મિંગ બિઝનેસ થ્રુ AI and the impact of the AI, robotics, latest trend, policy and semiconductor innovations. એના પર આપણે ચાર સ્પીકર છે જેમ મેં વાત કરી એને સારું એવું આપણે નોલેજ લેવાના છીએ. અને જે ચારે ચાર સ્પીકર છે ને અલગ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીથી છે, વેટરન છે, વેલ્થ ઓફ નોલેજ છે, એટલે આજે એનાથી ઘણું લઈ જવાનું છે. અને થેન્ક યુ ટુ ધ SGCCI અગેન કે પહેલાં હું તમને એવું કહું કે ઘણા સમયથી તમે જોવો છો SGCCIમાં લેટેસ્ટ ટ્રેન્ડ્સ જે છે AI છે કે બ્લોકચેન છે કે ઘણા ટેક્સટાઇલ અને ટેકનોલોજીસ છે એના પરના હવે શરૂ થઈ ગયું છે. શરૂઆતમાં એવું થતું હતું ડાયમંડ અને ટેક્સટાઇલ જે બંને સુરત માટેની વેલ્થ ક્રિએશન સૌથી વધારે વેલ્થ ક્રિએશન ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ છે એના પર ઘણી બધું ઇનોવેશન થયું છે, બોલાયું છે. પણ ચેમ્બર્સે ઘણી પહેલ કરીને આ બંને ટોપિક સિવાય ઘણા બધા સસ્ટેનેબિલિટી કે પ્રોડક્ટિવિટી કે HR કે IT, બ્લોકચેન, AI આ બધી જ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ પર સારા એવા સ્પીકરને બોલાવીને ઘણું બધું નોલેજ પીરસી રહી છે. તો તમે ચેમ્બરના મેમ્બર છો પણ તમને બધાનો જ લાભ લઈ શકો છો. નથી અમે લોકો પણ ચેમ્બર સાથે જોડાઈને આ બધા જ સેમિનારનું વધારે લાભ લે એવી મારી આશા છે, કેમ કે આ ઇનિશિયેટિવ્સ ઇઝ રિયલી ગ્રેટ. બીજું જે હું આજે વાત કરતો હતો કે જે એઆઈની વેવ્સની હું થોડુંક કહી દઈશ કેમ કે એ તો મારે બોલવું જ હતું. મેં જે Y2K ની વાત કરી કે જે 2020માં Y2K નું જે Y2K ની જે ઇફેક્ટ હતી અને પછી જે ઇન્ડિયન આઈટી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી જે ઇન્ફોસિસ, TCS કે જે આજે બિગ જાયન્ટ્સ છે, ટોપ 10 કંપનીઓ છે જે જન્મી, વિપ્રોથી માંડીને બીજી પરસિસ્ટન્ટ જેવી કંપનીઓ, તો એ પછી 2023માં જે આ AI વેવ્સ છે એ છે ને વેવ્સ નથી કે નવો ટ્રેન્ડ નથી, નવી ટેકનોલોજી નથી. તો હું એને ટેકનોલોજીની ભાષામાં કહું તો ઇટ્સ અ મોન્સ્ટર વેવ. એવી મોન્સ્ટર વેવ છે કે દરેક સોફ્ટવેર વાળાને, દરેક ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી વાળાને આ વેવ્સમાં કંઈક ને કંઈક અપડેટ કરવું પડશે, પોતાની જાતને અલાઇન કરવી પડશે. આઈધર એના યુઝર બની જાઓ, આઈધર એના કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુટર બની જાઓ, આઈધર એના પ્રોડક્શનમાં કશે હેલ્પ કરો. પણ આ વેવ એવી છે ને કે ઇન્ડિયાને જે 5 ટ્રિલિયન ઇકોનોમી જે આપણા PM નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીનું જે સપનું છે કે બનવું છે, તો આ વેવ્સ છે ને એ રિયલી ઇફેક્ટ કરશે. કેમ કે જ્યારે પણ વેવ્સ આવે ને તમને ખબર છે કે ઇઝીલી જ્યારે નોટબંધી પછી ઘણા એવા લોકોના બિઝનેસ ડેવલપ થઈ ગયા હતા કે જે વેવ્સને જેને ટેકલ કરેલી હતી, જે લોકો એનું રેઝિસ્ટ કર્યું હતું એ લોકો હજી પણ કશે અટકી ગયા છે. સેમ આ પણ એવું જ છે, જે એઆઈની વેવ્સમાં તરી જશે બધાને ડેવલપ થશે અને જે ઊભો રહી જશે એક મારે ક્યાં જરૂર છે, તો ધેટ વિલ બી સ્ટક સમવેર. સો તેટલું જ આજે મારા ઇન્ટ્રોડક્શન કહેવાનું હતું. ઘણું લેટ થઈ ગયું છે પણ જેમ આજે બહુ સારું ડિલિશિયસ જમવાનું ચેમ્બરની ટીમ તરફથી ઓર્ગેનાઇઝ થાય છે તો એ પણ આજે મળવાનું છે. તો આપણે આગળ પ્રોગ્રામમાં આગળ વધતા હું સૌથી પહેલાં આપણા પ્રેસિડેન્ટ SGCCI શ્રી વિજયભાઈ મેવાડાને ઇન્વાઇટ કરું છું આજના પ્રસંગે વેલકમ એડ્રેસ કરશે.
આજના સેમિનાર ટ્રાન્સફોર્મિંગ હ્યુમન લાઈફ ધ ઇમ્પેક્ટ ઓફ AI, રોબોટિક, લેટેસ્ટ ટ્રેન્ડ, પોલિસી એન્ડ ધ સેમિકન્ડક્ટર ઇનોવેશન પર છે. હમણાં આપણે જોઈએ તો દરેક જગ્યાએ AI ઘણું ચાલી રહ્યું છે. અમારા AI આજે બી ટોપિક છે અને આ ત્રીજો દિવસ છે, એટલે થર્ડ ટાઈમ છે આ મારા 15-20 દિવસના ટેન્યુઅર. 1 મહિનો પૂરો થયો છે, 1.5 મહિનો થયો છે, પણ થર્ડ પ્રોગ્રામ છે AIનો. અને દરેક અલગ અલગ સબ્જેક્ટ પર આ AIના પ્રોગ્રામો છે. બેંક સાયબર ફ્રોડ પર થઈ ગયો એક AIનો પ્રોગ્રામ, કે AIથી શું લાભ છે, શું નુકસાન છે. હમણાં જે ટ્રાફિક સિગ્નલના જે પ્રોબ્લેમ ચાલી રહ્યા છે અને જે ટ્રાફિક સિગ્નલના લીધે કોઈ લેટ પહોંચી રહ્યું છે, ટ્રાફિક જામ થાય છે. પોલીસ કમિશનર સાહેબ સાથે પણ એ બાબતમાં અમારી ઘણી મિટિંગો થઈને એમાં પણ AIનો ઉલ્લેખ થયો કે AI કેમ અહીંયા સક્સેસ નહીં જઈ શકે. હમણાં અમારું સીટેક્સ એક્ઝિબિશન ચાલતું હતું ને તેમાં ઘણો વરસાદ પડ્યો. ફૂલ તમને ખબર હતી કે ભાઈ 20, 21, 22 ઘણો ફૂલ વરસાદ હતો. એટલે અમે વચ્ચે 21 તારીખે સાંજે વહેલો એક્ઝિબિશન બંધ કરવું પડ્યું અને બીજે દિવસે પાછું એને ચાલુ કર્યું. પરંતુ પેલા એક MRI AI પ્રોગ્રામમાં મિસ્ટર ચિંતન પાઠક કરીને આવ્યા હતા અને એમણે અમારું આ દરેક એક્ઝિબિશન અગાઉ અમારું પ્રમોશન હોય છે, પ્રેસિડેન્ટનું, ઓફિસ બેરરનું, ચેરમેન, ગ્રુપ ચેરમેનનું, કે આવવા માટે કે ભાઈ અમારો એક્ઝિબિશન શું એન્ડ શું, આટલા મશીન, આટલું સંખ્યા, આટલો એરિયા, તમે તમારા ઉદ્યોગ ધંધાના વિકાસ માટે આવો, એ વેલકમ કરતા હોઈએ છીએ. એમણે આખી સ્પીચ એવી બનાવી એઆઈમાં કે અહીંયા ફૂલ વરસાદ છે, વરસાદ ઘણો છે, માટે અમે એક્ઝિબિશન આજથી બંધ કરીએ છીએ, એવી સ્પીચ બનાવી. એટલે એઆઈ ગેરમાર્ગે બી દોરનારું હોઈ શકે છે અને ફાયદાકારક પણ હોઈ શકે છે. એટલે એઆઈનો આપણે શું ઉપયોગ ને કેવી રીતે કરીએ છીએ તેના પર આજનો આ પ્રોગ્રામ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝ થયો છે. મંચ પર ઉપસ્થિત આજના વક્તાશ્રીઓ e-Infochips એન્ડ એરો કંપનીના કો ફાઉન્ડર શ્રી સુધીરભાઈ નાયક, સુચી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ લિમિટેડના ફાઉન્ડર શ્રી અશોકભાઈ મહેતા, SGCCIની આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સ AI એન્ડ ડિજિટલ ટ્રાન્સફોર્મર કમિટીના ચેરપર્સન ડૉક્ટર વંદનાબેન શાહ, IPR કન્સલ્ટન્ટ એન્ડ ટેકનિકલ એડવાઇઝર ડૉક્ટર મીરાબેન શર્મા, SGCCIના મારા મિત્રો નિખિલભાઈ મદ્રાસી ઉપપ્રમુખ હમણાં આવશે થોડી વારમાં, માનદ મંત્રી નીરવભાઈ પણ ઇન્ટરવ્યુના જ કામમાં છે, એ પણ આવશે થોડી વારમાં, માનદ ખજાનચી મૃણાભાઈ શુક્લ પણ એમાં જ રોકાયા છે, ગ્રુપ ચેરમેન બસીરભાઈ મંસૂરી અહીંયા હાજર છે, SGCCIની IT કોમ્યુનિકેશન એન્ડ IT પાર્ટ ડેવલપમેન્ટ કંપનીના ચેરમેન શ્રી પુનિતભાઈ ગજેરા, SGCCIની આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સ એન્ડ ડિજિટલ ટ્રાન્સફોર્મર કમિટીના કો ચેરમેન શ્રી શૈલેષભાઈ ખવાની અને શ્રી વિઘ્નેશભાઈ કનેરિયા, અને ડિગ્નિટરીઝ ઓન ધ સ્ટેજ એન્ડ ઓફ ધ સ્ટેજ. The Southern Surat Chamber of Commerce and Industries દ્વારા Transforming Human Life, the Impact of AI, Robotics, Latest in Policy and Semiconductor Innovation વિષય પર યોજાયેલ આ સેમિનારમાં આપ સર્વે ઉપસ્થિત છો અને આપ સર્વને આવકારતા હું હર્ષની લાગણી અનુભવું છું. મિત્રો, જમાનો બદલાઈ રહ્યો છે. વર્તમાન સમયની સાથે સાથે જો સમયની સાથે આપણે પણ નહીં ચાલીશું તો બિઝનેસમાંથી ફેંકાઈ જઈશું. હમણાં પરમ દિવસ સવારે કે અમારો આના પર જ સેમિનાર હતો અને એઆઈ આવવાથી એવું કહેવામાં આવ્યું કે અમુક લેબર ફ્રી થાય છે કે અમુક આપણો ઓફિસ સ્ટાફ ફ્રી થાય છે, પરંતુ આપણે એવું નહીં વિચારીએ. આજની ટેકનોલોજી એડોપ્ટ નહીં કરીશું તો આપણે પાછળ થઈ જઈશું, વિશ્વમાં બી પાછળ રહી જઈશું ને આપણે આપણા ધંધામાં પણ પાછળ રહી જઈશું, એવું આપણે સૌ જાણીએ જ છીએ. પરંતુ જે કામ એઆઈ કરે છે માણસની અવેજીમાં, આપણા સ્ટાફની અવેજીમાં, ને એ સ્ટાફ જ્યારે ફ્રી પડે છે ને એ પણ એઆઈ બી ભૂલ કરી શકે છે, તો એને રેક્ટિફાઈ કરવા માટે આપણે એ વ્યક્તિનો ઉપયોગ કરીએ અને આપણા બિઝનેસનો કેવી રીતે ગ્રોથ થાય છે ને એ ગ્રોથ કરવા માટે જે સ્ટાફ આપણી પાસે સ્પેર રહ્યો છે ને એનો ઉપયોગ આપણે બિઝનેસના ગ્રોથમાં કરીએ. એટલે એઆઈ આવવાથી બિઝનેસ વધે પણ છે, એવું નથી કે માણસો ફ્રી થઈ જાય છે. વર્તમાન સમયની માંગ એટલે આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સ, રોબોટિક જેવી ટેકનોલોજીનો ઉપયોગ કરીને આપણે બિઝનેસને એક નવી ઊંચાઈ સુધી લઈ જઈને ગ્લોબલી માર્કેટમાં સ્પર્ધાત્મક બની શકીએ છીએ. એટલે જ કહીએ છીએ કે થિંક ગ્લોબલી બટ એક્ટ લોકલી. આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સની વાત કરું તો કેટલાક આંકડો એવું દર્શાવે છે કે વર્ષ 2030 સુધીમાં આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સની વૈશ્વિક અર્થતંત્રમાં આશરે $15.7 ટ્રિલિયન સુધીનું યોગદાન આપી શકે તેમ છે. માનનીય વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીએ 2027 સુધીમાં ભારતને $5 ટ્રિલિયન ઇકોનોમી બનાવવાનું લક્ષ્ય રાખ્યું છે. ત્યારે આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સનું યોગદાન વૈશ્વિક તબક્કે 2030 સુધીમાં ભારતની ઇકોનોમી કરતાં 3 ગણું વધવાની સંભાવના જોવામાં આવી રહી છે. ભારતની વાત કરીએ તો ભારતનું આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સનું માર્કેટ વર્ષ 2025 સુધીમાં 20.2%થી CAGR પર વધવાની અપેક્ષા છે. ત્યારે ભારત સરકાર નેશનલ એઆઈ સ્ટ્રેટેજી અને એઆઈ ટાસ્ક ફોર્સ જેવી પહેલ દ્વારા આર્ટિફિશિયલ ઇન્ટેલિજન્સને પ્રોત્સાહન આપી રહી છે. તદુપરાંત ડેટાને સુરક્ષિત રાખવા માટે પણ સરકાર દ્વારા નીતિઓ બનાવવામાં આવી રહી છે. બીજી તરફ વૈશ્વિક રોબોટિક માર્કેટ પણ 2027 સુધીમાં $189.36 બિલિયન સુધી પહોંચવાનો અંદાજ છે અને 25.5%ની CAGR પર વૃદ્ધિ પામવાની સંભાવના છે. જ્યારે ભારતની સેમિકન્ડક્ટરની માંગ વર્ષમાં 2025 સુધીમાં $100 બિલિયન ને પાર થવાની ધારણા છે. ભારતે આયાત ઉપરની નિર્ભરતા ઘટાડવા માટે સેમિકન્ડક્ટર ફેબ્રિકેશન પ્લાન્ટ સ્થાપવાનું લક્ષ્ય રાખ્યું છે અને આ લક્ષ્યને પૂર્ણ કરવા માટે આપણે સૌ ઉદ્યોગકારોએ સાથે મળીને પ્રયાસ કરવો જોઈએ. હમણાં અમે એમએસએમઈઝ ટુ કોર્પોરેટનો પણ એક સેમિનાર કર્યો. તેમાં આ ટોપિક પર એમએસએમઈઝ ને કોર્પોરેટ બે સાથે હાથ મિલાવીને જો કામ કરતા હોય ને એમાં પાછું એઆઈ આવે ને આજની ટેકનોલોજી ઉમેરાય તો આપણે જે મોદી સાહેબનો લક્ષ્યાંક છે તે આસાનીથી એમના ટાર્ગેટના સમય કરતાં વહેલો એચીવ કરી શકીશું. ને આપણે 3rd નંબરની ઇકોનોમી બનાવતા આજની ટેકનોલોજીને એડોપ્ટ કરીએ તો એ 3rd નંબરની ઇકોનોમીને બનતા આપણને કોઈ રોકી શકે એવું છે નહીં. માટે આજના સેમિનારમાં ફરીથી હું આપ સર્વેનું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત કરું છું અને આવનાર વક્તા સિવાયને આપ શાંતિથી સાંભળો અને કંઈક બી પૂછવા માંગતા હોય તો ક્વેશ્ચન આન્સર પણ રાખવામાં આવ્યા છે, એનો પણ આપ લાભ લઈ શકો છો. આભાર. જય હિન્દ, જય જય ગરવી ગુજરાત.
હું રિક્વેસ્ટ કરું છું આજના આપણા સ્પીકર શ્રી સુધીરભાઈ નાયક કમ ફર્સ્ટ અને ચેમ્બરની ટીમમાંથી ને બશીરભાઈ, શૈલેષભાઈ, વિનેશભાઈ મિત્રો. સુધીરભાઈ નાયક, floral facilitation by our president Vijayભાઈ મેવાડા. Next, I want to invite Shri Ashokbhai Mehta from founder Suchi Semicolon. આજના સ્પીકર પણ છે અને આપણા આજના પ્રોગ્રામના સ્પોન્સર પણ છે. So I request our president for facilitation. Thank you, Sudhir. Ashokbhai Mehta. આજના બીજા સ્પીકર ડોક્ટર મીરા શર્મા. પ્લીઝ કમ અહેડ. સુધીરભાઈ એક બધા સ્પીકર સાથે પછી નહીં થાય. અને લાસ્ટ આજના આપણા એ કમિટીના ચેરપર્સન ડોક્ટર વંદના શાહ, એ પણ આજના સ્પીકર છે. સાહેબ એમનું પણ ફેસિલિટેશન કરવાનું છે. ઓકે સાહેબ ત્યાં જ રહેજો. આ બધા સ્પીકર સાથે એક આપણો ફાઇનલ ફોટો થઈ જાય. એક જ Ready, sir? Thank you, all the DICE member. Next, I want to call Shri Bashir Mansoori, Group Chairman SGCCI. એ આપણે આજના પ્રોગ્રામ વિશે માહિતગાર કરશે અને પછી આપણે આજના પ્રોગ્રામની શરૂઆત થશે. બશીરભાઈ.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. AI થી જવાબ આપજો. I am honored to welcome you all to all this existing seminar and session on transforming business through AI, the impact of AI, robotics, latest trends, policies and semiconductor innovations, organized by the Southern Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Artificial Intelligence and Digital Transformation Committee. As we stand up on the cusp of the new era, the influence of artificial intelligence, robotics and semiconductors. Semiconductors technology on our daily lives and businesses cannot be overstated. These innovations are just not shaping industries, but redefining the fabric of our society. Today's session is important to delve into the transformation trends and understanding their implications for the business and industries. We are privileged to have you all with us and all the esteemed panel of speakers who are at the forefront of this technology's advancements. We have Shri Sudhir Nayak ji, Head IESA Head Midwest Region and co-founder. He will discuss on impact of AI and on human daily life through advancement in semiconductors. We have Shri Ashok Bhai Mehta, founder of Suchi Semicon Private Limited, who will enlighten us from SARI to semiconductors. We have Dr. Vandana Shah, chairperson, AIDT, SGCCI. She will be representing recent advancement in AI in the industry. And we also have Dr. Meera Sharma, IPR consultant and technical advisor, who will address legal rights in AI. એટલે ઘણી બધી વસ્તુ આપણે સમજવાની છે. ચારે ચાર દિશાના ચાર કોર્નર છે, ચાર સ્પીકર્સ આપણે ઘેરીને બેસશે આજે આપણને, અને પછી આપણે વિચારવાનું કે આપણી AI શું કહેશે અને કોની વસ્તુ આપણે શું લેવું, કેમ કે છેલ્લા મેડમ આપણને લીગલ એસ્પેક્ટ્સ બતાવી જ દેશે. So the purpose of this session is not only to educate it, but to also inspire. We aim to spark conversation and will lead new ideas and collaborations. So friends, let's be witness and get ourselves enlightened in today's session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bashir Bhai. I want to call upon Shri Sailesh Khawani, Co-Chairman AIDT Committee. He will be introduced our first speaker, Shri Ltd.н.
Good evening, everyone. It is a great honor for me to introduce our first speaker of the day, Shri Sudirbai. Sudirbai Naik, he is such a personality that he carries with him 4 decades of core experience in the electronic system design and manufacturing industry. He has been the co-founder of 2 companies which have already got acquired. He is an internationally renowned personality, has got networks in US, Japan, Europe, and almost all the companies manufacturing electronics. He is very well connected not only with the industry, with the government, academia, as well as NGOs. He also has a very well balanced life, personal life. He is a yoga teacher as well as a motivational speaker. So I call upon Mr. Sudhir Naik to please take the stage and enlighten the audience. Thank you.
So yes, Sudhir. There is a presentation. So all the stage dignitaries, please come on this.
So, respected President SGCCI, Vice President, Office Bearers, all speakers, and my dear friend Ashok Bhai, very good evening, not very good afternoon because it's already 6:30 plus actually. We lost a lot of time, so whatever I wanted to convey, I think I have to zip it and send it to you, and then you can unzip later on. So I'll skip quite a few things which I had in my mind to talk about it. Before I deep down into the semiconductor and AI, I would like to start with 2 of my observations. Number 1 is, and these are very important and I am talking with a lot of responsibility. There is no chip, semiconductor chip on the earth, in the space or in the ocean where no Indian exists. Every chip has Indian inside every chip on the world. In last 20 years, India has done that actually. We may not be manufacturing, but all chip design, Indian has contributed. Number 2, you all may be knowing about Vibrant Gujarat, which is happening every alternate year in Ahmedabad, in Gandhinagar, in Mahatma Mandir. I think very early, in 2000, beyond 10 actually. Ratan Tata was the speaker, and he made an announcement that those who don't invest in Gujarat are fools. And he said, I am no longer a fool because I am investing in Nano in Saman. I have modified this little bit for this coming 20 years. Those who don't invest doesn't mean money. Those who doesn't invest in semiconductor and AI, I think they are going to suffer like anything. They will be treated like unliterate people. I am not exaggerating. Life is going to change dynamically. And what you have seen in last 5 years, it will change in 1 year. What you have seen in 10 years will change in 1.5 years. This is the speed at which this is moving. I think, how much time I need a talk actually. 20 minutes, you cannot talk even one subject here. Forget about talking AI and semiconductor. They are as wide and as deep as sea, every subject. And even after studying for 6 years, people don't understand semiconductor as well as AI. So if somebody has to talk in 20 minutes, then I have to make it a very general talk. And then later on, I think we can have another seminar or any discussion, we can do that actually. But see, let us understand one thing, that today we are talking about chip and all those things. Before COVID, we never heard about chip business. Nobody was talking about the chip. And people thought that because of the COVID, chip has not available, hence we are not able to produce automotive or anything, which was a false presumption. In fact, it happened reverse. During the COVID time, all the foundries were overloaded. Because what has happened is that people started a new way of working and people started working from the home. Now when you work from the home, then you need two things. You need some instruments, either laptop or mobile or desktop to work upon. Second thing is the internet bandwidth is needed. You just cannot do anything without internet bandwidth. So what has happened, these people, telecom people, for their routers and servers and everything, and these mobile guys, laptop guys, they overflooded the foundries. When COVID got over, these automotive people and all those people waked up. When they woke up, they went to foundry. They say, come in the queue. We are not free. Hence got delayed. At the time of COVID, we were knowing only two things, remdesivir and Dolo 650. Anybody you ask, they will know about this. And third thing is, then people started knowing about chips. So there are many things which are happening which we do not know, but it is said that the fate of the nations, I think our president said that 17 trillion is going to be the impact of AI, out of which 6.9 trillion is going to come from the consumption in the technology, and balance is coming through the efficiency, 9.6. So that is how 17 million is going to come through this. Now when this happens, what the nations has done globally, they have tuned their fate in harnessing the power of computation. What has happened, the nation which has invested maximum in computation, they are going to rule the world. You look at what I am talking is all proven with the numbers, and they are all on the ground. It is not just I am talking from my head. You look at the companies whose revenue is much larger than some of the countries. Like Nvidia is one company who has come up with the latest semiconductor chips for AI, and you will have to know, there is a queue right now. Their market cap was $500 billion few months before, 1 year before, 1.5 years before. Today they are 3.3 trillion. Number one company in the world from valuation is a semiconductor company. And the beauty is they don't manufacture. This is the most critical part of it. They don't have foundry. Foundry is needed for different reasons. We will go into that actually. And what I am trying to tell you is that the dynamics are very, very fast. And as he was saying, Mewala, that if you don't wake up and if you don't piggy bank this wave, then I think we are going to be loser. It's not about something happens and there is no need to know the technology. In the world, there is only one person today sitting in this premises who can think of semiconductor, who is in the business of sari for 40 years. Ashok Bhai has put up, I have been to his facility and he has already building ready. He is not waiting for government policies and help him. He will take it. It's not that he don't want it. But he knows that if he don't move his butts now, somebody else is going to move further. And he will be, I think in my personal opinion, he will be the first person to come out with the packaged chip and tested chip in Surat. And I think heads up to Ashok Bhai. Now second thing is the globalization. there are two words which are very critical: democratization and globalization. So unless and until we democratize the AI, it's of no use. Technology always remains technology unless it can be scaled to the level of people. And we have 1.3 billion people, 1.4 billion people in the country. Any technology which you come up with, if it do not change the life or it do not impact the life of the common man, I don't value that technology personally. They may be number one or number two in the world in terms of, it can be anything. But I think technology has to change the way people live. There are so many examples I have. Few of them I will bring to the table. I am talking the semiconductor industry, and why I am saying that all the nation has turned their fate in harnessing the power of computation. You look at one company, Apple, who manufactures this who designed mobile phone, not manufacture, sorry. They design. Manufacturing is happening in China, India. Last year we produced $11 billion worth of mobile exported from India. There is manufacturing, but it's a low job. There is no value add. The value is in design. Now you look at their devices and how much advanced they are moving. Those who have mobile phone of iPhone 13, 14, 15, can you imagine how many transistors are in one chip? A15 has 15 billion transistors in that chip. A16 has 16 billion transistors. And do you know how much instruction it handles per second? Any guess? 1 trillion instructions per second. Now anything which gets switched at this high speed generates heat. So they have to be managed. This is one example. And why I am saying so, that why they rule the world. They were number one actually. Now Nvidia has taken them over in terms of market cap. Because their profit, annual profit of Apple even today is more than 25 to 30 billion dollar. All Indian first 5 companies, service companies, total revenue is not in that range. Forget about profitability. They invest, I think the profit is more than that. They invest $25 billion in R&D. Our TCS and HCL and Infosys and all those, they don't even invest put together $1 billion. As a net result, what has happened in the country, that when we were ruled by English people in 1930s and 1920s, we had a lot of iron ore. So they used to dig out iron ore, and through steamers they used to send it to UK and make the machines there and sell us the same iron ore at 10,000 times the cost. Same thing is happening in the service industry. We are doing all gadha work for them. They are giving us $3,000, $5,000 per month. We are so happy that our export, we proudly say, and there is nothing wrong about it, but I am trying to bring point home actually. That last year we exported $250 billion worth of IT and IT services. It is one of the biggest exporter in the world, and we are considered very smart boys who can go and slog. Now that also is changing. I don't have time to go into all those parts, but the point I wanted to make is that we, in spite of being $250 billion, we were nowhere. Because we are a service. Our mindset itself is ruled by Angrez, so we are very good. If somebody tells you turn left, you will turn left. They say turn right, right. But how to go, we don't know. And there is a huge issue from your birth. When you are born, everything is decisions are taken by your parents. What to do, which English medium, Gujarati medium, then which girlfriend, whom to marry, not to marry, then who you should take divorce or not, then also parents decide. Now all of a sudden you become engineer and you go to the institute or in a company and people are asking you to take decision. Now the guy who has never taken decision in his life, he is going to screw it up. So our mentality is bad. The point I am making here because I am going to be very general talking. Whatever I think, slides and all those things, I think it will be 2 hours. So I am given 20 minutes out of 40 minutes, so I will talk very generalized things, but I think you will carry home something that it was worth spending your time and worth knowing the things. So you come to here and find out that why should I go to this seminar, what is in it for me? So I will give you a classic example. Rajan Nayak, who is my brother-in-law, who is sitting over here, He is a born musician and he is a very literate person and he is interested in literacy and he writes the books and then publish it. Now if he comes here, there is nothing, no relationship like Sari and semiconductor, no connect. He has no connect. But once he understands that what AI is doing today, there is a good chance that he may come up with a platform where all musicians can access each other without any cost and they can learn from each other and then publish the all music which is available in the globe. I think it will be a tremendous thing. So you will get the idea. Let me come back to the power of computation. And whatever I am talking, whatever software or AI or anything, where they resides, if you remove semiconductor, no AI can work. And if you remove AI from semiconductor, it can do reasonably good job because AI was there, but they were not at this level. They were at very primitive level. In fact, 1936 it was invented. I will talk on that when I go to AI. Let me finish this semiconductor part of it first. So you know there is a World Trade Center issue happened. What happened? Collapsed. Which year? Okay, that's fine. Doesn't matter. So then Bin Laden, what happened to him? He was killed. How he was killed? US people have been tracking him. There were all face recognitions, this, that, all. Background, lot of things were there and they killed him. Then he got died. Somebody else took it over. And then he was in Kabul, sitting in his balcony, through drone with a laser. He was sitting with his family in the Kabul on the 1st August, same day, today, if you look at the things actually. And he was targeted and he was the only person who was killed. Now this can happen only with the integrations of high-end AI kind of software and semiconductor chips. I have two videos will you please play two videos where the world is going. I will try to give you those ideas. Video number 1 or 2, it's fine. Both are okay, whichever comes in sequence. Al-Zawahiri was the guy who was killed actually in Kabul.
I'd like to invite you to go on a fantastic voyage with me today as we explore inside the human body. Inside each and every one of us holds mysteries and wonders that, if unlocked, leads to better health, performance, and longevity. But seeing inside has proven to be quite difficult. Since the beginning of the modern era, the only way to really look inside was through rudimentary surgeries. Over the past 150 years or so, we've had great technologies that allow us to look from the outside, like X-rays and MRIs. But what I propose, and what I'd like us to explore today, is looking at micro-robotics inside the human body. As a first step on that journey, let me introduce you to PillBot. PillBot is a small wireless robot that is remotely controlled, and it swims around in 3 dimensions in a water-filled human stomach. This robot has things you would expect on a robot. It has a camera, so it gives you a live video feed. It has control circuitry. It has LED lights because inside the human body is quite dark. It has a wireless data link, and it has a battery. Now the way this robot moves is it has 3 pump jet thrusters that squirt water in 6 different directions that allow the PillBot to fly around in 3-dimensional space in a water volume. Over the past 5 years, we've spent a lot of time to get the size of this robot smaller and smaller. What we started with wasn't not quite swallowable. But we finally worked our way down, and where we are these days is about the size of a small multivitamin capsule. Thank you. Now we're going to fly this robot around for you for a little bit, but to do that, I'd like to invite Dr. Vivek Kambari. He's the chairman of gastroenterology at the Mayo Clinic, and I'd like to have him pilot this cobot while I turn it on.
Here's a common scenario I encounter in my clinic. A patient who's generally in good health comes to see me because they have abdominal pain. And I suspect it's coming from the stomach. Now I need to understand precisely what the problem is, but I can't just pop my head in and take a look. So, and despite that patient sitting right in front of me, I need to ask them to go back home and come back to the hospital on another occasion so I can put them to sleep with anesthesia so that they allow me to insert this long tube with a camera at the tip through the mouth and into the stomach. And this is an endoscopy. It's a relatively invasive and expensive procedure, and we're on a mission to do better. We'd like to transform this experience by dematerializing the physical hospital into Pillbot. As you can see here, we have a capsule here, and I'm using a game controller to navigate Pillbot, although I could have also used a tablet or a smartphone. You can move it around rather quickly here, and you can imagine that using the tank this size, we're still able to navigate the entire experience. And this tank is significantly larger than the human stomach, or any internal human organ for that matter. I'm going to pause here while Alex is working on optimizing the robot.
There we go.
So this is our goal. Be anywhere in the world, whether you're at home sitting on your couch, visiting space, or right here on stage at TED. What do you think, Alex? Should we go ahead and swallow Pillbot? So as you can see, in just a few seconds, Pillbot entered the stomach. So we're in the stomach now, and I'm carefully navigating around, looking for any changes in surface architecture that might represent an ulcer or a cancer or any other pathology. And I'm able to get very similar views as I would if I'd use a conventional endoscope. Now I'm able to see the entire stomach and revisit sites that pique my curiosity. But what could further improve this experience is if we used an augmented reality headset for 3D visualization of the stomach, or artificial intelligence for detection and characterization of an abnormality. Now, fortunately for Alex, on this brief review, everything is looking normal here. So if there were a problem, being able to show and discuss with Alex in real time elevates his understanding of his health, and is going to make him more compliant with therapy. So now that we're done here, Pillbot will take its natural course through and out the body. Unfortunately for Alex, he'll have no awareness of this, and he won't have to retrieve this capsule. Now this robot was designed for the stomach, though the entire body needs this capability. Parts of the body, such as the colon, the heart, and the brain, should be made accessible with specialized robots that are just as easy to use. I've dreamt of the day when I could explore the inside of the human body with robots, recognizing it would be an inflection point in my ability to help people live longer and healthier lives. Back to you, Alex.
Anyway, let me go back to, because
The time is short. I am just switching between AI and semiconductor because both go hand in hand. This will not work if there is no semiconductor. It cannot have produced these results or charts if it doesn't have AI. So it's a well managed actually. Kanda batata. So when we are talking on semiconductor, today the world market of semiconductor is around in the range of $550 billion US, and is likely to be $1 trillion in another 5-6 years actually. It's going to be double. Now what happens, electronics is one area. If you have purchased Sony TV of 125 inch 6 months before, and when you bring home, his price has dropped. And if you use it for another 6 months, you have to pay price to take it away. That's the beauty of the things actually. So electronics is one area where the price drops every day, and then it becomes negative. So, and this repair concept has gone even from India, let me tell you. Except barring few exceptional cases, we don't repair actually. In mobile phone, 30% market is replacement market. You take a laptop, its life is only 3 years. You have to replace the laptop. Battery life is worse than that actually, because it depends number of the discharge and all those things. So if the market is going to $1 trillion of semiconductor, the natural question comes to anybody's mind, what the hell India was doing? Why we don't have manufacturing? I think this is a fundamental question. Anybody should have this question, that if you, because our import of electronic goods and oil, they are at par right now. If you don't act, even electronics good import will go beyond the price of the oil. So what has happened? There is a book. I am not going to talk to you on the history of semiconductor, what happened, but you read the book called Chip War. It is a Gita of semiconductor. And there is another book by founder of Intel, not founder actually, he joined it later, but he brought out the Intel from his worst time to good time. The only paranoid survives. How to work in a difficult situation and use this as an opportunity or problems. It is very nicely narrated. I think if you read these two books, it will definitely help you to enlarge your vision. Because you see, what we are is our thinking process. If I think this much about myself, I am going to remain like this. If I think myself at a global level, then I am going to be a global citizen. It is all in the brain actually. And it is not daydreaming. Once you have a goal, set goal, you can go. And that's why I want to say that ND group, you do that. And this is happening. See, you look at, I will give you two case studies. One is Pranav Mistry. Anybody has heard his name? Yes. So 2-3 people have heard. He is from Palanpur. He studied in medium Gujarati. He studied in Nirma. Then he went US. Now, he has been on the Sixth Sense, if you search it, and he is in the top bracket think tank of Samsung worldwide. Another case, A.M. Nayak. He studied in medium Gujarati in Hendal. He studied at BVM. He has no further background of education, no MBA, no IIT, nothing. And he became the chairman and he remained chairman. He brought this L&T to $20-30 billion worth of empire actually. What does it tell you? It's in you. If you want to be, you will be there. Otherwise, we are too good in finding excuses. My parents were like this, they were poor, and then we had a very small house, there was no electricity in my home and all that. I mean, there are plenty. So, point I am making is that if you want to grow, you have to be a global person now. You cannot remain in Surat, you cannot remain in Gujarat, you cannot remain in India. Your vision has to be expanded to the globe and maybe in the moon for the younger generation to look at those places. So if you want to be in semiconductor industry, I think it's a very complex technology, and the primary reason why we did not go, in fact US had a 60 to 70% of the manufacturing of chip in 1940 and 65 and 80s and 90s. Then they become they were not cost competitive, so they thought that we will. send the technology to Malaysia and where the spool and they've taken it. And in 1987, in Taiwan, there is one company formed called TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. Before that there was a monopoly business like Intel, Philips, Fairchild. They will design the chip, they will manufacture the chip and they will give to the consumer. It was well controlled, it was not available. There were no services company. So Taiwan Semiconductor in 1987 they set up a unique factory which is called foundry in technical words actually. So they put up first foundry. It took 4 years for them to reach to the level of the technology which Intel had developed, but they could do it. Today mobile phone chips which are, I am not going to detail, but let's say 7 nanometer or 10 nanometer technology, 90% of the market is done, 10% is the Samsung. Nobody has that. China is under the ground preparing everything, and that is the only reason why China is right now not taking head on with Taiwan, because they will also get screwed up. Once they are ready with the technology, they will do it. There is another company in Netherlands. They manufactured machines for lithography. Now that is the only company in the world which has a technology from US and manufacturing Netherlands. One machine for 10 nanometer lithography, if you want to do it, it is costing $300 million US. And you have to be in the queue. Because as I am talking to you, India has considered the grant of $10 billion for setting up the plant, and one plant of manufacturing is happening in Dholera by Tata at the cost of $11 billion. And 2-3 packaging plants like Micron and other people are coming up. And there are small players like Ashok Bhai who will become large enough in another 5 years' time. So against that, in USA, $85 billion grant has been given. In Europe, 45 billion euro has been given, and everybody is gearing up for manufacturing. And the primary reason is the geopolitical. If something happens to Taiwan, we will be in the COVID phase. So we have come up with the plan. Now the flip side of this, India, we were much ahead of TSMC. We set up first fab for our defense requirement in 1976 in Maholi, called Semiconductor Lab SCL. Then after 3-4 years, so 180 nanometer technology they had. I will show you one picture of what is nanometer, you will get this feel actually. And then after 3-4 years there was some fire took place. And then government is government, they did not bother. They handed it over to Space Application Center. Because Space Application Center, when they want to send satellite or when they want to create a GPS and all those things, it is very secret things and they don't want data to go elsewhere. So they design the chips and they manufacture the chips using those 180 nanometer technology. And still today they are working it. But we could not take advantage of early adopter. Otherwise we would have been better than TSMC. But I think, and the primary reason no private player is coming. You ask Adani or Reliance, all biggies, Birlas, nobody is putting money in semiconductor fab. It is a very long, you require deep pocket, it takes 8 years to become profitable. Because at the end of the day it is a manufacturing. And the way I was talking about that, everything is still controlled by US. Because all the IP, intellectual property, is developed by them. And without IP you cannot make any design, any chip actually. Forget about manufacturing. So this is the state we are in, but life is good. Dholera is going to be the peak center of semiconductor in the country because its logistics and supply chain is extremely complex. It cannot be done at 10 places. It has to be only at one place. Packaging can be done anywhere. Testing can be done anywhere. But they require special gases and chemicals and other materials which has to be handled very carefully. Just to give you one idea how complex it is, one chip, it is made from sand to silicon, we call it. It comes from the silicon, sand, reti. It travels 50,000 kilometers. When it is first sand picked up, then after traveling 50,000 kilometers, the chip comes in your hand. It crosses 70 countries. Today there is no company in the world who can say that I make 100% chip of my own. It's interdependent. So globalization, what we call, will not have been possible without the business of semiconductor and the electronics good which is made out of it. So it is a must, must and must. Can you display one slide? When there is a human hair, an ant, okay, just 1 minute. I think first slide. This is a very interesting slide. So if you have no idea, please go to that circle. Wheel. Here, you might be able to read, but India's population is 144 crore. Aadhaar card 136. Don't worry about 134, 136. You can read, but it's more than 100 crore. Mobile subscriber, smartphones, and internet user. Now, what is US population? 33 crore. We have a 68 to 70 crore people using internet. Now, anything which is distributed in 70 crore people and is distributed in 33 crore people, the price is going to be changed. We are the cheapest people to get the internet in the world. There may be some other Southeast Asian countries, but if you compare to US and Europe and Japan, you see my driver, I will never get him. Whenever I want to call him, his phone is engaged. And when he said I was watching video, because it was so cheap. And this is possible. So all problems of population which we are talking, that we are આપણે ગરીબ છે કારણ કે આપણે વસ્તી બહુ છે કોઈ ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચર ના થાય, has changed into opportunity. Everybody is coming to us. Two things has happened. The purchase power is going up and the population is more young. Over 60%, 5% people are youth, and the people are looking at us. If you look at the business of chip design, worldwide there may be 5 lakh engineers, 500,000. In India, we have around 125,000 people. In US, there are, I think, maybe 2.8 or so. Out of which 50% is again India. Same thing is in Japan, same thing is in Europe. So worldwide, we are controlling the chip design business. We are not there in manufacturing. And that's why I am saying repeatedly that there is no chip on this earth where Indian do not exist. We have contributed in every chips worldwide. So there are many things to derive from this actually. AI has come because of this population. Let me tell you. And I don't have much time on these things, but also I would like to tell you that there is one guy who was born in Andhra Pradesh, and then he went to US. He was the first Indian to work on AI. AI came into existence in 1936 when even semiconductor was not there. If you remember, I don't know whether you remember, but at least the transistor radio, what we call transistor, it came into existence very late actually. Before that we had a wall radio with diode, tran and pentode. Now they started calling it a transistor, not radio, transistor, because it was used semiconductor inside, and that is how the transistor become familiar actually. Like integrated circuit, same thing. In 1964, there were only 4 transistors on a single chip. Then there was a guy whose name is Gordon Moore. He could envisage what is going to happen. So he came up with a formula that every 18 months, the number of the transistors are going to double, chip size is going to be half, and price is going to be 1/4. And if you look at 1964 4 transistor, the latest chip of NVIDIA is a master in AI, and whatever they are making is water cooled actually. All the devices right now, the cost is $100,000 of that chip, which is yet to come in the market. Current chips are in the range of $30,000, $40,000. That chip has 280 billion transistors, and it can have more than 20 trillion transactions per second. And largest user of AI and the semiconductor today is data centers. There are no servers and all those things. People are talking about villages. If you look at all these people, like Flipkart or Amazon, so they have a village where they are using all the data, because whatever you talk, whatever internet is there, nothing is there without data. It is all data movement, and that data has to stay somewhere. We say cloud, there is nothing like sky where you go and stay all the data and get it. There are servers and there are server farms. That has led to another business. If you may not be knowing, but I think Adani has taken 50-acre land in Pune to set up his own data center. And he is putting up 30 gigawatt power plant, solar plant. It's not a solar, it is a hybrid, wind plus solar. 30 gigawatt in 5,000 square kilometer land in Khavda. Likewise, Reliance is putting up. Torrent is putting up. Dholera is fed by Torrent with a power plant actually of all these other things. So there are a lot of businesses which are happening because of these things in semiconductor. And semiconductor, whatever you see electrical, no, or even most of the mechanical things will be having a chip. On an average human who don't have one car, he experiences 500 to 700 chips per day. He goes to that. If you have a non-EV car, it's around 1500 to 2000 chips. And if you have an EV car, there are 3000 plus chips. Tesla has more than 3000 chips in his latest car actually. And likewise BDS and BDY of China and other people. So there is a chip and chip. Trillions of chips. I have a lot of data on chips, how many chips are manufactured per day, and every human can have 150 chips per day actually. That kind of manufacturing is going on. It's a huge market, it's a good market. Technology is very complex, but it's an actor. Once you go inside the designing part of the chip, I don't think till die you will come out of it. There is no retirement once you go to that, because technology changes every 6 months. And if you are not updated, you are gone. Somebody else will take over your. So what is going to happen is that if you manufacture the chip, then what is going to happen if you don't make use of the chip to make electronics product out of it? It is like somebody, she makes a lunch and I come and eat away. So somebody will come and eat away. They will take and use it. Maybe it is a Bangalore or it is Hyderabad. So we Gujus have to wake up and start looking at, because as I was talking that the market of chip is $550 billion, the electronics good market is more than $4 trillion. Now what makes sense for us to go to that? Same thing for AI. Let me tell you, we have changed the whole concept of AI in India. How many of you are aware about what are the digital platforms available for transaction in the country? Any idea? Like DPI, one is UPI. Now you can interpolate it. Whether it is GPay or this or that or anything, you can just transfer the money and go. And at what cost? Zero. Why it has happened? Because the thought of, I think the guy behind all these things is Ranjan Nilekani. He started with Aadhaar card. And now, what government and the techno people are thinking, that India don't want to go and reinvent the wheel of spending a lot of money in AI development. If we can integrate our current platforms, there are many platforms. I have a list of, you may not be aware even what is happening world right now in the country, but they want to integrate AI with this. So I will give you one example, that there are more than 600 million books which are digitized. Now that is integrated with AI, and there are 600, India has a 22 official languages and 300 languages are with dialect actually. But lot of illiteracy, people don't read. The next thing coming for our payment is voice enabled. There is no need to do these things. You tell that transfer this much money to Mewawala, it will go. No, nothing is required. DigiYatra, if you are used right now, you just go there, it's going to happen. You will not need passport. Once you go there, they know exactly where you are going, why you are going, how many times and all those. things are going to change dramatically. So we were happy when it came that we don't need to print card, it is available over here, but you don't need to do that. You have seen that video. So we say that we will do outside in, not inside out. Take the current technology, take a small model of AI and make useful to the people. So they say scale it to the level of people. It should be cheaper, it should be more advantageous, and all farmers should be able to use for agriculture. So it has to be in all languages. How it works, I will give you a small example. Suppose you have prepared you are speaking in Tamil or Gujarati, and when you speak, this will see and there will be display that what you are speaking and how much gap in real Gujarati. Then that model will try correcting actually, and it will make sure that till you reaches that place. So it will work only on the area where you have a problem of your speaking, and you will correct it. Now this is interoperable. You can do that for any language. And 6,000 school pilot has been completed. There is a Bahasini, it is the platform with there. And My India is another venture of Nandan. It is free. They are just doing as a philanthropy. So the point is they are democratizing the AI. They are democratizing the semiconductor. And only objective is to make the difference in the life of 144 billion people, 144 crore people in India. And there are open network for digital commerce. This is very interesting. I don't know if you have experience or not, but there are 100 million users. Instead of having the n number of to look for the Flipkart or to Amazon and then price comparison and delivering all those things, you have only one app for all the apps. It will show you everything on single app, and then you can make a decision whether you want to buy from Amazon or this. Similar thing is for Swiggy and Zomato. The AI will figure it out that who is economical. So it is possible to order through Zomato and get the delivery from Swiggy. This is interoperability. This is the play of AI. And this is going to revolutionize the whole way we operate. Likewise, I have 100 examples and 100 things, but I think I will stop. I will be ready to take any questions. And I think you have to give me 3-4 hours sometimes here so that I can really kill people. Because I enjoy talking. Whether people listen or not, I don't care. So guys, thank you for listening. And who has invented ChatGPT? Okay. Now people, once you wait for this like conference, no? So people want to screw the guys. So they ask him, can your AI predict how your wife is going to act? He said, no, I have not tried. But it's a good problem to have. So he went home and he tuned the model to understand his wife's behavior and what she thinks of him. And then he started acting accordingly. So his wife was also equally smart. So she realized there is something wrong. This guy was not like this. He has changed. So he said, let me use AI to find out how he is operating. So again, this follows back to square. Another example is there is one magazine company who has been publishing fictions for science fiction. So then people started using ChatGPT. So many stories started coming. Earlier they had a problem of publishing. Now hundreds of story comes every day. So they stopped the magazine at the end result. Third thing, it happened for the examiners. When they go for examination, the students started using AI. So then they found a pattern that the answers are coming good and all those things. So what is to be done? Everywhere scratching their head. They said, let us use AI to find out how many of the answers are given through AI. And then they are solving the problem. So many things are happening. There is no worry of losing the job, my dear friends. When computer came, my wife was in the bank and people were telling that all bank people are going to, SBI went on strike even. and in fact it is increase the job. So if we can use AI to change the experience of common man in the country, there will be plenty of job. And we are not going to invent, I can tell you that we are not going to invent AI, we are going to use AI which is called outside in, and then create a model for, instead of large learning models, we will go for small learning models. But they will be dedicated. Now the issue is that all the data what we are talking or we are playing with it, it's coming to the net. All the data. So India has a different problem actually. All those data are in English. And we have 29 states and so many 22 languages and 300 dialects and all. What they will do with this data? That's why there are a lot of phenomena happening within the country. A lot of things are being in all languages. They will be merged, and everybody will be able to use the data in their own language, own way. And he is asking me to stop. He is like this is like a OTP channel. By the time you finish your dosa, there will be a bill.
Thank you, sir. As usual, this is third time where Sudhir was a speaker and I am the MOC. So every time, I know things. But yeah, sir, you have taken almost 47 minutes, which is allocated to you. So I will not cut down your time. Okay, so not wasting more time. We are moving further. So thank you. The phenomenal talk about latest trends and how semiconductor worlds are going. And see, this is all our eye openers, just like in Sudhir Naik said. ઘણું બધું બિલ્ડ થઈ શકશે આના પર. એટલે આ તો ખાલી એક શરૂઆત છે. હવે તમારે જોવાનું છે કે આમાંથી શું લેવાનું. હજી બીજા 3 સ્પીકર્સ, હજી પણ કંઈક નવું પીરસ છે. સો આજે તમને હોલ સાયકલ્સ ખબર પડશે. પછી એવું પણ લાગશે કે ઓડિયન્સને એવું લાગે છે કે એક જ સબ્જેક્ટમાં કંઈ વધારે એડવાન્સ જવું છે. We will do the 2 hours talk show for that only. So thank you. Our next speaker is Shri Ashok Mehta, and I would like to honor to introduce keynote speaker today. So Mr. Ashok Mehta, founder of Suchi Industries Limited and SGCCI Private Limited, a leader which is impacted from textile industry to the semiconductor industry. Just like Sudhir sir said, sari to semiconductor. This is really great move, and this shows only a visionary leader, because the things which is, we can say, the textile and diamond industries have been dominating in Surat, but now the latest trends, which is a future generation technologies. So he moved out of this. Mr. Mehta is from Rajasthan, a young entrepreneur. He's been Surat from working from last 30 years, and he's India's first semiconductor assembly and test facility. He has been dedicated in Suchi Semiconductor in Surat only. He worked with his passionate Gujarat and Global Hub Electronic System and Design. And see, he's a leader in a business and semiconductor. Apart from them, he's in philanthropic work. He's been part of many associations and doing many charity or maybe the awareness works, we can say. So in healthcare, education, traffic, social welfare, he's doing all. In AI, specifically the introduction about AI, he today will create how the semiconductor opportunities in AI business will be there, and impact of robotics and the things, the automation. So I'm not taking much time, sir. Stage is yours, and please have presentation of Ashok sir. Thank you. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Chamber of Commerce. He gave me this platform to share my vision and my journey. When I done one MOU in the vibrant Gujarat, then Times of India give the news, this man saris to silicon, and so many people asking me the same questions. Mr. Mehta, from Japan, from US, our suppliers, customers, everyone is asking the only one questions, Mr. Mehta, you don't have any knowledge of technically, or your background is not from electronics, technical, nothing. You have come from the textile industry and you are daring to set up this type of plant. Now Mr. Sudhir Bhai told you this industry already started in our neighbor countries about 40 years back. In Malaysia, Taiwan, China, everywhere. But this industry is controlled by the US peoples. Because of that, the chip used in the electronic parts and the design division controlled under the US peoples. But he earlier told you all chips designed either in India or in Indians. तो हमने सोचा जब कोविड का टाइम था उस टाइम पर न्यूज में बार बार एक चीज आती थी, ऑल इंडस्ट्रीज स्टक ड्यू टू द शॉर्टेज ऑफ द चिप्स. एंड एट दैट टाइम आवर प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र भाई मोदी, वन स्लोगन वाज देयर, आपदाने अवसरमा बदलो. आपदाने अवसरमा बदलो. उसी टाइम पर हमने सोचा कि क्यों नहीं इस इंडस्ट्री में हम डाइवर्सिफाई करें. ये हमारी जो प्लानिंग हुई वो कोविड के पीरियड में हुई, जब पूरी दुनिया में चिप्स की शॉर्टेज थी. अब सोच तो लिया कि चिप्स की इंडस्ट्री में जाना है, लेकिन चिप्स का सी भी मालूम नहीं. टेक्सटाइल वाले पूरा बैकग्राउंड पिछले 30 साल से टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्रीज में, और बेसिक एजुकेशन लो ग्रेजुएट. अब आप सोचेंगे कि एक व्यक्ति कहाँ से स्टार्ट करके अपनी जर्नी और कहाँ जा रहा है. बेसिक एजुकेशन लो ग्रेजुएशन, 30 years in textile, and now thinking about the semiconductor chips. But जब सूरत में 1989 में सूरत का टेक्सटाइल का एक्सपोर्ट ऑलमोस्ट जीरो था. ऑलमोस्ट एक्सपोर्ट बिजनेस सारा बॉम्बे के लोगों के हाथ में था. सूरत में कपड़ा बनता था, एक्सपोर्ट बॉम्बे वाले करते थे. और 1989 में जब मैंने सोचा कि बॉम्बे वाले एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते तो कपड़ा तो हम बनाते हैं, तो हम एक्सपोर्ट क्यों नहीं कर सकते. उस टाइम पर भी सेम चैलेंजिंग था मेरे लिए एक्सपोर्ट को सेट करना. और एक टाइम ऐसा आया कि सूरत के टोटल एक्सपोर्ट का 40% कपड़ा में अकेला बेचता था. टोटल सूरत के एक्सपोर्ट का 40% कपड़ा में अकेला बेचता था इन अराउंड 20 to 30 कंट्रीज. और उसमें जो चैलेंजिंग आते थे, बट ऑल चैलेंज एक्सेप्टेड एंड एवरी डे लर्न हाउ टू इम्प्रूव. एक बार जब मोदी साहब जब सीएम थे तब हमारा चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स ने एक प्रोग्राम रखा था मैरियट में, और उस टाइम पर उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छी बात कही थी. अपना सूरत वाળાને છે ને કાપણ બધું ચાલશે, બધું ચાલી જશે ના, તો આ તમે માઇન્ડમાંથી કાઢી નાખો, બધું ચાલી જશે. હવે ફ્યુચર એવું છે કે કંઈ નથી ચાલવાનું, ડિફેક્ટ ચાલવાનું જ નથી. સો યુ હેવ ટુ કંટ્રોલ યોર ક્વોલિટી एट द इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड. और मैं आपको बात कर रहा हूं 20 साल पहले की, और वो फॉर्मूला हमने अपनी टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्रीज में उसी दिन से एडॉप्ट किया. और उसके बाद आज हम लोग एम्ब्रॉयडरी इंडस्ट्रीज में हैं, वीविंग इंडस्ट्रीज में हैं, निटिंग इंडस्ट्रीज में है. लेकिन फॉर्मूला 20 साल पहले का है कि क्वालिटी फर्स्ट. और अभी भी इस सेमीकंडक्टर चिप्स में जब पिछले 3 साल से ऑलमोस्ट हमारे को इसकी R&D में 3 साल पूरे R&D में निकले, क्योंकि इसका नॉलेज नहीं होने से एक एक चीज हमको सीखनी थी, एक एक चीज सीखनी थी, और एवरी डे आज भी हम लोग सीखते हैं। और उसके बाद हमारा जो जर्नी स्टार्ट करना था टेक्सटाइल्स का, तो हमने पूरा पिछले 30 साल में जितना करना था हमने किया, लेकिन जब लगता था कि यंग जनरेशन हमारे बिजनेस में आनी चालू हो गई है, हमारा टाइम था हार्डवर्क का। जितने भी हमारे पुराने इंडस्ट्री वाले बैठे हैं सबका एक ही था कि हार्डवर्क। और मुझे भी याद है कि हम लोग 15 से 18 घंटे काम करते थे, और आज का जो न्यू जनरेशन है वो है उनका काम है स्मार्ट वर्क। जो हम 18 घंटे में करते थे वो आज के बच्चे 4 घंटे में करते हैं, एंड ऑल ड्यू टू द टेक्नोलॉजी, ऑल ड्यू टू द टेक्नोलॉजी। उसी टाइम पर जब कोविड का पीरियड था, सोचा, और हमारी टेक्सटाइल्स की एक्सपोर्ट की वजह से पूरे वर्ल्ड वाइड कनेक्शंस ऐसे थे कि हम लोगों को पूरा स्टडी किया कि सेमीकंडक्टर चिप्स की इंडस्ट्रीज कहाँ पे, जापान, कोरिया, मलेशिया, ताइवान, चाइना। तो ड्यू टू द टेक्सटाइल कनेक्शंस फिर मैंने मलेशिया में पूरा अपना फोकस किया कि क्यों नहीं मैं मलेशिया के ऊपर फोकस करके वहाँ से पूरी टेक्नोलॉजी टीम और सारा जो कुछ भी मुझे सीखना था वो मैंने फोकस पूरा मलेशिया में किया। उसके बाद इंडिया में गवर्नमेंट ने जो पॉलिसीज डिक्लेयर की, हमारे आदरणीय नरेंद्र भाई मोदी, मेरे को कई लोग बोलते हैं कि आपको एक गाइडेंस किसने दिया, मैं बोलता हूं हमारे नरेंद्र भाई मोदी ने मुझे गाइड किया कि तू सेमीकंडक्टर इंडस्ट्री में जा। और ये हकीकत है, ये जो भी आज हमने प्लान किया उसके पीछे सपोर्ट हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी का है। उन्होंने लास्ट टाइम भी एक बात बोली थी सेमिनार में हमारे को कि दिस इज द फ्यूचर ऑयल ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, फ्यूचर ऑयल ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। जैसा अभी सुधीर भाई ने बोला कि एक तरफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का इंपोर्ट और एक तरफ ऑयल का इंपोर्ट। अभी गवर्नमेंट ने पिछले बजट में हमारे लैपटॉप और कंप्यूटर्स को इंपोर्ट के ऊपर एंटी डंपिंग लगा के कि भाई सारा इसका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडिया में होना चाहिए। इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का मार्केट डे बाय डे जो फ्यूचर है वो ऑटोमाइजेशन का है, और ऑटोमाइजेशन विदाउट चिप्स के कुछ भी नहीं चल सकता है। एवरी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स नीड द चिप्स। इसका आपको टेक्निकल डिटेल्स में भी पूरा स्लाइड के थ्रू आपको सारा दिखाता हूं। और उसी टाइम पर जैसे जैसे हम लोग आगे बढ़ते गए, गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट, और उसमें भी गुजरात गवर्नमेंट का जो सपोर्ट है वो एक जमाना था जब इंडस्ट्री वाले को कोई इंडस्ट्री डालनी होती थी तो गवर्नमेंट के यहाँ धक्के खाने पड़ते थे पेपर्स के लिए, सारी चीज़ों के लिए। आज की डेट में गवर्नमेंट को इस इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए हमारे को एवरी वीक और 15 डेज गांधीनगर से अपडेट के लिए फोन आता है, अशोक भाई काम कहां तक पहुंचा है, आपका प्रोडक्शन कब स्टार्ट होगा। तो आज की गवर्नमेंट का सपोर्ट, जो उनका वे ऑफ थिंकिंग, वे ऑफ वर्किंग आज की डेट में जो है वो हम लोगों को बहुत सपोर्टिव है। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का सपोर्ट, और जिस तरह से हम लोग सोचते हैं कि हमको अपनी इंडस्ट्री का डेवलपमेंट करना है, गवर्नमेंट बोलती है कि इस चिप्स की जरूरत आज की डेट में इंडिया को है। आपको अपने बिजनेस की चिंता है, लेकिन हमको जो हम आज डिपेंड हैं, आज चिप्स के ऊपर जिस तरह से इंडिया डिपेंड है, हमको इंडिपेंडेंट होना है। और उसके लिए नो डाउट मिनिमम इट विल टेक 5 to 10 years, क्योंकि ये बिजनेस ऐसा नहीं है कि आज सोचा हमारा टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री जैसा और कल चालू हो गया। हमारे को 3 साल से अभी हम जब स्टार्ट किया और 3 साल के बाद हमारा प्रोडक्शन का ट्रायल रन चालू होगा, ट्रायल रन। सो इसमें पेशेंस सबसे बड़ा, कि आपको बर्न भी करना है, लर्न भी करना है और पेशेंस रखना है। और जैसा अभी सुधीर भाई ने बोला है कि इसमें आपकी एंट्री हुई तो कोई रिटायरमेंट नहीं है, आपका पूरा लाइफ इसी को सीखने में है। मैं 2015 में एट द एज ऑफ 55 ISB हैदराबाद, जो इंडिया का सबसे टॉप बिजनेस स्कूल है, वहाँ मैनेजमेंट की क्लास पढ़ने गया था। मेरे को कई लोगों ने बोला कि अभी ये एज में तुम पढ़ने जा रहे हो, तो मेरे को हमारे गुरुजी की बात याद है, उन्होंने 90 की एज में फारसी सीखना चालू किया था। तो पढ़ने की कोई एज होती नहीं है। और उसी समय से हम लोग डे बाय डे कुछ ना कुछ सीखने का मन में रहता ही है कि कुछ ना कुछ सीखना है। अब सेमीकंडक्टर्स की अगर हम बात करते हैं, तो जिस तरह से हमारी टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्रीज में ऑटोमाइजेशन किया, किस तरह से हम लोग मैन पावर्स को हैंडल करते हैं, कैसे ऑटोमाइजेशन उसमें लाते हैं, उसी तरह से इस इंडस्ट्रीज में पूरा फोकस करके मैं 99.9% में कभी बिलीव नहीं करता हूं, ओनली 100%। इफ यू वांट टू डू एनीथिंग, you can, your efforts will be 100%। और अगर किसी भी आदमी का 100% एफर्ट होता है तो मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि वो सक्सेस होता ही है। 100% एफर्ट के बिना कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है। और आज की डेट में जो चैलेंजिंग है सेमीकंडक्टर्स के लिए, ना हमारे पास मशीनरीज है, ना हमारे पास रॉ मटेरियल है, ना हमारे पास मैन पावर है, लेकिन इंडिया के पास जो सबसे बड़ा एसेट है वो है इंडिया का ब्रांड। आज वर्ल्ड में जितनी चिप्स बनती है, सारी चिप्स की डिजाइनिंग, सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग का जो काम है, वो सारा इंडिया में होता है मैक्सिमम। तो उसको यूटिलाइज करके, इंडियन ब्रांड को यूटिलाइज करके, इंडिया का जो मार्केट है उसको देखते हुए इस इंडस्ट्रीज में पूरा फोकस करने का प्लान किया। चैलेंजेस लाइफ में हर जगह पे आता है और इस इंडस्ट्रीज में दूसरी इंडस्ट्रीज से मैं मानता हूं कि मोर देन 200 टाइम्स का चैलेंज है। कई सारी चीजें हैं चैलेंजिंग में। टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्रीज में हमने एक बार वीविंग यूनिट डाल दिया तो आज कपड़ा मार्केट में विस्कोस चल रहा है तो विस्कोस बनाएंगे, कल पॉलिस्टर चल रहा है तो पॉलिस्टर बनाएंगे, परसों नायलॉन चल रहा है तो नायलॉन बनाएंगे। इस इंडस्ट्रीज में ऐसा नहीं चलता है। फर्स्ट you target your market, then you decide the equipments, and then go for the trial production, then qualification. It will take minimum 6 months to qualify your product. So you have the patience for 6 months, your chips will be qualified. अभी ऑटो इंडस्ट्रीज की हम बात करते हैं, तो ऑटो इंडस्ट्रीज में जो पावर चिप्स लगती है, एक चिप बन के जाएगी, वो उसका ट्रायल रन, जैसे कार 5000 किलोमीटर चलती है, अपने यहाँ पर वो 5000 किलोमीटर उसको रन करेगा। उस 5000 किलोमीटर में अगर वो चिप्स आपकी फेल हो गई, देन आप क्वालिफिकेशन से आउट हो गए। और 5000 किलोमीटर के बाद अगर वो आपकी पास हुई, तो वो आपकी चिप्स आगे जाके प्रोडक्शंस में आती है। तो चैलेंजेस तो इस इंडस्ट्रीज में बहुत है, लेकिन अगर मलेशिया कर सकता है, थाईलैंड कर सकता है, फिलीपींस कर सकता है, तो इंडिया भी, मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि कर ही सकता है। इसमें किसी तरह का कोई, हम लोगों को कोई भी डाउट्स कभी भी लगता नहीं है। और मैं अभी आपको जो हम लोगों का प्लानिंग है सूची सेमिकॉन का, उसका एक प्रेजेंटेशन, कैन यू स्टार्ट द वीडियो प्लीज। This is that first semiconductor testing company in India. सूची सेमिकॉन, जो अभी आपको विजन हमारा आपको दिखाया, पूरा असेंबलिंग, पैकेजिंग एंड टेस्टिंग फैसिलिटीज, ये पूरा फैसिलिटीज हमारा अभी, इसका जो पूरा डेटा, वर्ल्ड मार्केट इज ऑलमोस्ट $43 बिलियन, और उसमें इंडियन मार्केट जो है वो $5 बिलियन का मार्केट है। एवरेज जो हम लोगों ने फैसिलिटी का प्लान किया, वो ओवर द 5 इयर्स का टारगेट हम लोगों ने लिया है कि रेवेन्यू फाइनेंशियल ईयर 2029 में $102 मिलियन का टारगेट रखा है, और 700 एम्प्लॉयज़ हम लोगों का इसमें। और अभी कुछ टाइम पहले हमने जो अपना सूरत का SGCCI है, वहाँ पे हमने MOU किया, और वहाँ के बच्चों को एक ट्रेनिंग सेंटर वहाँ पे चालू किया, और हमारा स्टाफ एवरी वीक SGCCI जाकर के वहाँ के बच्चों को ट्रेनिंग दे रहा है। अभी थ्योरेटिकल वो बच्चे वहाँ पढ़ रहे हैं, जब भी हमारा फैक्ट्री चालू होगा तो वो बच्चों को प्रैक्टिकल ट्रेनिंग हमारी फैक्ट्री में दी जाएगी। अभी लास्ट 19 तारीख को हमने GTU, जो गुजरात टेक्निकल यूनिवर्सिटी है, जिसके अंडर में 450 कॉलेज है, उसके साथ MOU किया, और उनके साथ भी MOU किया। अभी सेमीकंडक्टर का जो फ्यूचर आ रहा है, टाटा की इंडस्ट्री आ रही है, CG पावर आ रहा है, आने वाले 5 साल में जो बच्चों का फ्यूचर है, जो कैरियर है, आज की डेट में सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर का जो है, उससे बेटर कैरियर इन लोगों का सेमीकंडक्टर्स में है। तो वहाँ पर भी जो कोर्सेज अभी हमको प्लान करने हैं, तो GTU वाले ने, SGCCI वालों ने हमारी टेक्निकल टीम के साथ बैठ के सारे कोर्सेज को वो लोग बना के पूरा इम्प्लीमेंट करने वाले हैं। नेक्स्ट वन। इस कंपनी का भी फाउंडर स्टार्ट मेहनत किया है, लेकिन पीछे जो यंग टीम है, मेरा सन, वो पूरा टेक्निकल डिवीजन वो देखता है, एंड ही इज मास्टर्स फ्रॉम UK वॉरविक बिजनेस स्कूल, एंड ही वाज दैट यंगेस्ट मास्टर फ्रॉम दैट यूनिवर्सिटी। और वॉरविक बिजनेस स्कूल जो है वो वर्ल्ड का 28th रैंक इन द बिजनेस स्कूल का है, उससे उसने मास्टर्स किया है, एंड नाउ ही इज हैंडलिंग दैट ऑल टेक्निकल divisions of that our semiconductor division. Our flagship company is that Suchi Industries Limited, and we are that largest embroidery manufacturing units, headquarters in Surat, and we diversified from the embroidery to yarn, weaving, knitting, and when government announced that PLI scheme for the textile, The only company is from Surat is getting the benefit of the PLI of the textile in 2022 is our Suchi Industries Limited. This is that small video of our Suchi Industries, the textile divisions. This is all that Swiss make embroidery machine that we called the Sifli embroidery machines. This is the knitting division. This is our group timelines. 2004, when I started my journey with this industry, only industry, I am talking about the industry. We started with that 2 Swiss made embroidery machines. In 2009, we reached to 10 machines. 2012, marketing office set up in Bombay and to cater all the major exporters. 2020, when that COVID, we was the first मैन्युफैक्चरर ऑफ मास्क इन सूरत। और जब मोदी साहब कोविड के टाइम पर बात करते थे कि इंडिया में 2 लाख N95 मास्क बन रहे हैं, उस टाइम पर 50,000 N95 मास्क हम लोग बनाते थे। और गुजरात में गुजरात गवर्नमेंट को या सूरत की एसएमसी को मास्क की कभी कमी नहीं आने दी। उस टाइम पर हमारे पास नॉर्मल मास्क ऑलमोस्ट 7 लाख पीस पर डे का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग था और सबसे पहली प्रायोरिटी थी डिस्पैच टू गुजरात गवर्नमेंट एंड डिस्पैच टू एसएमसी सूरत। सो इन 2020 और उसी टाइम पर जो आज हम सेमीकंडक्टर की बात कर रहे हैं उसका स्टार्ट हमारे माइंड में 2020 से आया था। 2022 we started that weaving unit and knitting unit, and 2023 we start this semiconductor business. Our vision, our mission and strategy. What is our vision, what is our mission and what is our strategy? Because without vision हम लोग कोई भी इंडस्ट्री में आगे बढ़ नहीं सकते हैं, और जब मिशन कंप्लीट हो और स्ट्रेटेजी आपकी परफेक्ट हो तो उस इंडस्ट्रीज में आपको कोई चैलेंजेस नहीं आएगा। अभी जो वाइब्रेंट गुजरात हुआ था हमारे गांधीनगर में, उसमें हमने सूरत में सेमीकंडक्टर यूनिट लगाने का हमारा 870 करोड़ रुपए का एमओयू गुजरात सरकार के साथ किया था, ऑलमोस्ट अराउंड $202 मिलियन का। जो अभी हम चिप्स की बात कर रहे हैं तो ये पैकेज जो आपके सामने है SOT, UFN, TO, SOIC, ये टेक्निकल लैंग्वेज के पैकेज हैं चिप्स के जो अभी हम लोग बनाने वाले हैं। ऑल दैट पैकेज वी आर गोइंग टू मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इन आवर सूरत यूनिट। स्केल, अभी हम चिप्स की बात कर रहे थे तो आवर टारगेट इज 2.5 मिलियन चिप्स पर डे की कैपेसिटी का प्लांट हमारा लगाने का पूरा प्लान किया है। 2.5 मिलियन चिप्स पर डे। और जो प्रोडक्ट्स है उसमें QFN, पावर डिवाइसेस एटसेट्रा। एंड जो अचीवमेंट है हमारा वो हमको 5 साल में ये टारगेट को पूरा करने का टारगेट हम लोगों ने इसमें पूरा, ये सारा फ्यूचर के डेटा जिसमें सारे डाले हैं। इंडियाज ग्रोइंग प्रेजेंस इन सेमीकंडक्टर्स, इंटरनेशनल मार्केट और इंडिया का मार्केट। वर्ल्ड मार्केट बहुत बड़ा है लेकिन इंडिया इटसेल्फ इतना बड़ा मार्केट है। 2022 में $27 बिलियन का मार्केट था और उसमें 98% हमारा इंपोर्ट है। सेमीकंडक्टर मार्केट एक्सपेक्टेड टू रीच 55 बिलियन इन 2026। इंडियन ओसा जिसको हम लोग असेंबलिंग, टेस्टिंग एंड पैकेजिंग कहते हैं, उसका मार्केट इंडिया में 2026 में 22 बिलियन है। सो द ग्रोथ इज ऑलमोस्ट एवरेज 28% of these industries. ग्लोबल स्केल और इंडिया का, इंडिया एंड US signed the MOU with the establishing the semiconductor supply chain. European Union, Japan government, all governments already signed the MOU with the government of India to supply chain. They support the supply chains. India is heavily dependent on import of the semiconductor space, a big opportunity. India has huge semiconductor R&D facility in India, and India employs approximately 55,000 design engineers. Government of Gujarat already sanctioned our incentive schemes. Government give that Gujarat government give that 20% incentive to us and 25% incentive from the central government, that also government sanctioned to our project. So Gujarat government and central government both give the sanction for our subsidies. Strong USP of the organizations कि हमारा strong promoters and the first movers advantage. Our company is the first. So India is a huge market. When I go to that any industries I am manufacturing, they prefer to catch me. Even till today, whatever is our capacity, we already booked. Everything sold out. For next expansion, when we do the expansion, then we will take the new customers. The factory is located in Surat, and Surat is 3 hours away from that biggest ecosystem for semiconductor being built in India, and we are making the 30,000 square feet area of the clean room area. इस इंडस्ट्रीज में क्लीन रूम का जो पार्ट है वो बेटर देन फार्मा इंडस्ट्री से भी ज़्यादा क्लीन ये इंडस्ट्रीज को चाहिए. इनसाइड द फैक्ट्री जो वहाँ पर टेक्निकल स्टाफ काम करता है उसकी खाली आँख खुली रहती है, अदरवाइज ही कवर्ड फ्रॉम दैट पीपी किट एंड ऑल दैट ड्यू टू द क्लीननेस. Thank you very much. Anyone have any questions? Then within 1 or 2 minutes. Otherwise, the another speaker also can. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ashok Mehta, for good presentation. Very good presentation. So question answer round રાખેલ છે એ આપણે છેલ્લે બધા સ્પીકર પછી એક સાથે બધાને જ એડ્રેસ કરીને આપણે ક્વેશ્ચન્સ પૂછી શકશું. So not making more time, I would love to introduce next speaker. So I want to call very dynamic our co-chairman of AI committee, Vignesh Kaneria, to introduce next speaker.
So સુરતમાં બહુ બધા લોકો like we are working for new ideas and new innovations. પણ આપણે જે બી નવા આઈડિયા કે નવા ઇનોવેશન છે we need to have a secure property rights. So for that we have a knowledgeable person with us. His name Dr. Meera Sharma. He's having I'll give you a brief introduction of Dr. Meera Sharma. So he's a distinguished scientist with PhD in immunopathology. It's a very technical term, but she will be explained little more during the presentation. Then again, he is a patent attorney and scientific advisor associate with the Indian Patent Office with over 60 years of experience as a IPR consultant and manager. Dr. Meera has specialized in intellectual property management and formats across the various fields such as life science, pharmaceutical, chemical and engineering discipline. And apart from this, she is also advising a lot of startup and doing mentorship for the same. She has also gained experience in contract research and administration, particularly in managing preclinical and clinical trials. So this is also a medical terminology. As a registered patent agent, certified internal audit, she has been involved in commercialization, licensing and assignment of patent along with the protection of various forms intellectual property. Dr. Sharma has also completed numerous specialized courses and certificate in IP law and practice, reflecting her commitment to contribute learning and professional development. So that's it. We welcome Dr. Meera. Floor is yours.
To thank SGCCI committee members for giving me this opportunity to come and speak in front of you, especially Bashir Bhai for encouraging me to come over and share my knowledge in this field with you all. I hope all of you are comfortable with English because मेरी गुजराती इतनी अच्छी नहीं है. प्लीज़ मैं कुछ बोलना चाहूँगी और कुछ और बोल जाऊँगी. So प्लीज़ बेयर विद मी. हिंदी में मैं बीच में आपको एक्सप्लेन करूँगी and mostly in English. And since we are running short of time, and before I proceed, I would like to thank Vignesh Bhai for such explicit introduction. I hope I live up to the introduction which has been given already. And thank you Puneet Bhai for your cooperation and support in all this. And Vandana, you are my darling. So, coming to the point of my presentation, before that, eminent speakers Sudhir Bhai and Ashok Bhai, I am really grateful to God that I am sharing this dais with you guys. You are such experienced and eminent speakers too. There was one point which was raised by our president today कि कितने लोग unemployed हो जाएंगे, AI आ जाएगा, machine आ जाएगा, that panic is there. But why don't we look the other way around? आपका skill development कीजिए, get more knowledgeable. कब तक हम लोगों के ऊपर dependent रहेंगे? हम अपनी qualities को बढ़ाते हैं, हम अपनी educational skills को बढ़ाते हैं. So we will be more knowledgeable and we will have more employment definitely. And another thing, as far as artificial intelligence is concerned, what we are talking about today, a lot needs to be done here. Just like I remember 10 years back when biotechnology was introduced in Indian ecosystem. There were, before that also, there were a lot of apprehensions about recombinant DNA technology, if anyone is aware about. कि लोग पता नहीं डायनासोर जैसे बन जाएंगे, बनाएंगे लैब्स में. There were various then guidelines worldwide. They were laid down by world-renowned scientists in this field. And similarly, the guidelines for biotechnological inventions were laid down by Indian Patent Office also. Similarly, for artificial intelligence, जैसे साहब ने बोला, हर सिक्के के दो पहलू होते हैं. एक अच्छा होता है जो हम सब दिखाते हैं, एक बुरा भी होता है, उससे साइबर क्राइम बढ़ेगा, बहुत कुछ ऐसी चीजें होंगी. जैसे चैट जीपीटी है, उससे आप बच्चों को तो क्रिपल कर रहे हो. हमारे बच्चे आजकल, हम उनको कुछ भी पॉइंट बोले ना कि आप ऐसे लिखो, ये लिखो, दे विल नॉट वर्क हार्ड. हम जैसे सीखे हैं अपनी लाइफ में बुक्स पढ़ के, वो क्या करेंगे? गूगल करेंगे, चैट जीपीटी करेंगे, प्रोजेक्ट याद करेंगे, सबमिट करेंगे, बस छुट्टी. अरे मेरे घर में मेरा बेटा भी आज यहाँ ऑडियंस में बैठा है, वो पीपीटी बनाता है तो चैट जीपीटी से बनाता है. 2 मिनट आधे घंटे में मम्मी तैयार मेरा. मैं कहा अच्छा है, मेरे को तो आधे घंटे की पीपीटी बनाने में 2 दिन लगते हैं, मुझे पढ़ना पड़ता है, रेफरेंसेस को रेफर करती हूँ. Even now, I have never used ChatGPT, sir. Sudhir sir, you said if anyone has not used ChatGPT till date, I am the one. I think I am the only one in this audience at least. So, because I still believe in referring to references, books, the journals which have been peer reviewed, and I don't know whether आज की generation को peer reviewed journals का मतलब भी पता होगा, जो experts उसको review करके करते हैं. So that is one thing. Another thing is the mindset has to be changed of Indians. हम लोग डिग्रीज पे बहुत ज़्यादा फोकस करते हैं. सुंदर पिचाई ने परसों, उनको पीएचडी मिला आईआईटी खड़गपुर से, परसों परम दिवस से न्यूज आई हुई. और वो कहता है कि मेरे माता पिता इतने खुश तब नहीं हुए थे जब मैंने गूगल बनाया, जितने खुश आज हुए हैं जब मेरे को पीएचडी का डिग्री मिला है आईआईटी खड़गपुर से. दिस इज द आयरनी, दिस इज द माइंडसेट. बहुत सारे कुछ एक आई थिंक स्टूडेंट्स भी यहाँ आए हैं जिनको मैंने इंकरेज किया कि प्लीज आओ, ये रिसर्च पेपर पब्लिश करते हैं, वो बहुत खुश होते हैं. मैं हर कॉन्फ्रेंस में, जितने भी साइंटिफिक कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में जाती हूँ, I see people going gaga about, अरे मेरा high impact factor nature science जिसका impact factor is 40-50, उसमें पेपर पब्लिश हुआ है. हम लोगों ने पेपर पब्लिश किया, हम लोगों ने आइडिया दिया, और वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में साइंटिस्ट ने उस आइडिया को एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड बनाया, पेटेंट कराया, लीगल राइट लिया और उसमें से पैसा कमाया। इंडिया में से पैसा कमाया। आइडिया कहाँ से ओरिजिन हुआ था? इंडिया से। एक इंडियन का आइडिया था, पर वो कुछ नहीं कर सका। क्यों? क्योंकि पेटेंट उसके नाम पे तो था ही नहीं, पेटेंट तो किसी और के नाम पे था। एंड दिस इज नॉलेज बेस्ड इकोनॉमी। यही लीगल राइट है आपका। हम लोग बहुत बड़ी बड़ी टेक्नोलॉजीज लाते हैं, ये सब करते हैं, लेकिन आर वी प्रोटेक्टिंग आवर राइट्स ऑल्सो अलॉन्ग विद इट? दैट इज द लीगल राइट्स, दैट इज द मेन थिंग। अब दूसरा रूप जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का सर ने बताया था कि हम सुधीर सर ने बताया कि कोई भी आवाज बना सकते हैं, कुछ भी चलता है, ये सब, इसका एक दूसरा पहलू भी है। कोई भी आपको, मेरे बच्चे को मेरी आवाज में फोन करके कहीं भी बुला दे और उसके साथ कोई दुष्कर्म करे, उसको ब्लैकमेल करे या कुछ करे, ये भी होता है। दैट ऑल्सो गोज ऑन, दैट हैपन्स। एक्चुअली काबिल पिक्चर अगर किसी ने देखी है किसी ने काबिल पिक्चर ऋतिक रोशन की, उसमें वो यही करता था। वो तो एआई बेस नहीं करता था, वो खुद से अपने उसके पास वो टैलेंट था, अपने गले में वॉइस बॉक्स पे उंगली रख के दूसरी आवाजें निकाल के, बट ही कमिटेड मर्डर्स बाय टेकिंग आउट वॉइसेस ऑफ डिफरेंट पीपल। एंड सेम थिंग कैन बी डन बाय एआई ऑल्सो। अभी रिसेंट एक केस आया है, अरिजीत सिंह करके एक सिंगर है, उसके ऊपर कॉपीराइट वायलेशन का केस आया है, जिसमें डिफरेंट सिंगर्स की आवाजें निकाल के उनका मिलाकर के एक सॉन्ग बनाया और उसको उसने ब्रॉडकास्ट किया, उसने वीडियोस बनाए, एल्बम बनाए, उसके ऊपर केस चल रहा है। एंड मुंबई हाई कोर्ट ने उसको सू किया हुआ है अच्छे से, उसको अभी इंजंक्शन मिल गया है और उसको बोल दिया गया है कि अभी आप ये नहीं कर सकते टिल द केस गोज ऑन। सो नाउ अनदर positive aspect, as Sudhir bhai was telling that his brother-in-law is sitting, I think beside him, who is compiling various forms. There is one platform of Indian Patent Office which is called as TKDL, Traditional Knowledge Digital Library. That is a very wonderful website, wonderful site where you can go to and you will find all the traditional knowledge of our country which has been digitalized and is being projected over there. It's worth going into. That is a very good, it's an AI based platform and that is something which we should feel proud of ourselves, you know. हम हल्दी का दूध पीते हैं, हमारी बोन्स जल्दी जुड़ जाएं आफ्टर इंजरी, एंड तुलसी का काढ़ा बना के पीते हैं, अदरक डाल के पीते हैं. So all that comes under traditional knowledge which cannot be patented but which can be secured as our right and which no one in the world can then patent in their name. There was a big war between Japan and China, intellectual property war, not that shooting war, for turmeric, haldi. Finally India won and those rights are aligned with India as traditional knowledge also and as a patent also of one of the derivatives of turmeric. Now going ahead with my presentation, I'll quickly go through show what AI is. I'm sure all of you, are you all clear about what AI is, what we are talking about since 1 hour, more than 1 hour. Artificial intelligence, that is computer which is mimicking the intelligence of a human being, and ironically that intelligence has been made and manipulated by a human being only in the computer. So that is why it is artificial intelligence. Now of course I'll quickly go through all these slides because of the shortage of time, and this includes learning from experience, adapting to new information, making decisions, solving problems. All this is a part of intelligence but which computer is doing as of now. Alexa, वो किसी ने बताया था ना वाइफ का और हस्बैंड का झगड़ा है एंड व्हाट लेड टू एआई, अशोक भाई ने अभी बोला ना, सुधीर भाई ने बोला, ओके सॉरी आई कंफ्यूज वो, बट दैट इज एलेक्सा, यू नो एलेक्सा समटाइम्स इट कैचेस अप द कन्वर्सेशन ऑफ हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ, और वो कई बारी फोन भी आंसर कर देती है, एंड इफ एनी बैड वर्ड्स हैव आल्सो बीन स्पोकन अमंगस्ट देम दैट इज आल्सो प्रोजेक्टेड आउट. दिस हैज हैपेंड मेनी अ टाइम्स. सो प्लीज भाई लोगों, बहनों, गालियां मत बोलना प्लीज, देन एलेक्सा इज अराउंड, तो वो भी प्रोजेक्शन में आ जाएंगी कहीं ना कहीं. एंड एआई, it's based on capabilities, it's based on functionalities. This is more technical, so I'll skip. Of course, this is important because there are two types of AI, weak and strong. Weak is, as the example, it doesn't have a pointer like me. Anyway, the weak is, the examples are Apple Siri, Amazon's Alexa, जैसे मैंने अभी आपको बोला. फिर स्ट्रॉन्ग क्या है? रोबोट मूवी सब लोगों ने देखी होगी, रजनीकांत और ऐश्वर्या राय. उसमें क्या होता है? दैट रोबोट इट स्टार्ट्स डेवलपिंग फीलिंग्स टुवर्ड्स ऐश्वर्या राय. वो लड़की के लिए उसके फीलिंग्स आ गए, एंड देन ही इज नॉट विलिंग टू लेट हर गो. A machine is having feeling. Imagine, it is so dangerous. It can become so dangerous that was shown in that movie. It's still a fiction. It cannot be done because it needs a machine to start thinking like human being. That is a very advanced level, but this is a fiction. One day it was a fiction to reach the moon, but today it's a reality. So similarly, this is also a fiction as of now, but it might become reality in coming few years. So that is a strong AI, artificial general intelligence or artificial super intelligence. That is the examples are Space Odyssey, which is a US movie, and a robot movie. Now coming to deep learning and machine learning, there are three layers. If you see over here, input layer, middle hidden layer, and output layer. It is the interplay of these three layers that the deep learning and the machine learning actually interplay. जो आपस में जो complexity of AI है कि कितना complex वो decision लेगा, कितना complex action आएगा, वो किस basis पे होता है, ये जो तीन layers हैं, इसके basis पे हम कहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं अपने computer chips में. जैसे आपने बताया कि अभी सेमीकंडक्टर का जमाना चल रहा है, इतने सारे चिप्स होंगे, देयर विल बी ट्रिलियंस ऑफ चिप्स. सो दोस चिप्स आर डूइंग what are they doing? There is a network in those chips which is leading to these three layers, and which is why we have deep learning and machine learning. And this is the crux of the whole thing. Artificial intelligence is comprising of machine learning and deep learning. And as of now, we are at a deep learning. But once deep learning and machine learning combines, then the human intervention will not be there. Then the machine will start thinking like a human being, and it can create havoc in our lives. Just like in robot movie. वो सबको मारने ही चल पड़ता है, वो उसको ऐश्वर्या राय को पाने के लिए. तो ऐसा कुछ हो जाए तो फिर तो बुरा हाल. हाँ, डिफेंस में इट्स गुड, सारे दुश्मनों को ध्वस्त कर दिया विदाउट द लॉस ऑफ ह्यूमन लॉस. एक्चुअल आइडिया तो उसमें रजनीकांत जी का वही था. रजनी उसमें आई फॉरगेट द नेम ऑफ दैट कैरेक्टर जिसमें वो बने थे, तो चिट्टी, डॉक्टर चिट्टी. तो वो जो that was Chitti was the name of the robot, I think. He was the name of the doctor. Going ahead, so generative AI, just like GPT, what is the meaning of GPT? Now we all know generative predetermined transformers. So that is a part of deep learning. So deep learning से क्या होता है आपका brand new output such as text, photos, videos, code, data, 3D renderings from vast amounts of data they are trained on and generate new content. So what are the examples? ChatGPT, DALL-E, Bard, education, all this. Do you know that many of the universities in US have banned ChatGPT? आर यू अवेयर ऑफ इट? पर हमारे यहाँ पे तो कुछ रूल तो चलता ही नहीं है, जो भी इंडिया में आता है वो फेल हो जाता है, कोई किसी को कुछ पढ़ी नहीं होती है। आज की डेट में भी आई वॉज टॉकिंग टू वन ऑफ द प्रोफेसर्स ऑफ E&S जस्ट 2 days बैक, कहते हैं क्या करें मैडम, अब तो पढ़ाने का मन ही नहीं करता, कोई भी असाइनमेंट देते हैं सारे बच्चे चैट जीपीटी से सारा लेकर के प्रिंट आउट लेके सबमिट करते हैं, इवन लैंग्वेज कॉमा मिस्टेक एवरीथिंग इज सेम बिकॉज एवरीवन इज यूजिंग चैट जीपीटी। दैट इज द आयरनी। उनको कहते हैं असाइनमेंट में ज्यादा ग्रिल करने के लिए हम बोलते हैं कि अरे नहीं तुमको तो प्रेजेंटेशन देना ही है, वो प्रेजेंटेशन भी चैट जीपीटी से बना के ला रहे हैं, तो कोई पढ़ता नहीं। उनमें से 4 सवाल किसी को पूछ लो, उनको कुछ नहीं आता क्योंकि पढ़ा ही नहीं है। अरे लिखा है ना, देख लो ना सर, ऐसे बोलते हैं। अरे सर રહેવા દો ના, તમે જોઈ લો ના, ખબર તો પડી જશે ના, તો અમે લોકો માર્ક્સ તો તમે આપવાના જ છે, તો ફેર તો કોઈ કરતા નથી આજની દિવસે। અહીંયા તો ફરજિયાત ટીચર્સને એ કહેવા આવે છે જ્યારે એ લોકો એક્ઝામિન કરે પેપર કે આટલો ટકા તો તમારે આપવાના જ, જે પણ થાય। કેમ કે 18 વર્ષ સુધી હું પણ અહીંયા ટીચિંગ કરી હતી સુરતમાં, દરેક સાયન્સ કોલેજમાં, અને મને પણ હું પણ એક્ઝામિનરને લીધે જતી હતી, તો મારે એ પહેલા કે અનઓફિશિયલ શું કહો કે ફરિયાદ કે ઓર્ડર હતું કે આટલું તો અમારા કોલેજનું રિઝલ્ટ આવવું જોઈએ, જોઈ લેજો બેન। અને मैं जोती इतना मैंने रेड क्रॉस मार्क किया, तो मैं इसको मार्क्स कैसे दूंगी? एंड आई स्टॉप पुटिंग दैट क्रॉस मार्क कि भाई अभी सीधा नंबर ही लिख दो बाबा, अभी तो कुछ कर नहीं सकते। जब ऊपर से मैनेजमेंट ही ऐसा बोलता है तो क्या करें? तो आ वस्तु છે એટલે આપણની એજ્યુકેશન સિસ્ટમની રિવેમ્પ કરવાની બહુ જ જરૂરિયાત છે, અને એ માટે હું અશોકભાઈને બહુ જ એપ્રિશિએટ કરું છું। એ સ્કિલ ડેવલપમેન્ટમાં આટલું બધું ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ રોલ કરે છે, એક્ઝિક્યુટ કરે છે, ફરજે કરે છે, શું કહીએ છીએ ગુજરાતીમાં। Now, artificial intelligence examples I've already told you. Yes, self-driving cars. If self-driving car, there was one movie I saw on an OTT few days back. उसमें सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार में एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है, तो किसको आप ब्लेम करेंगे? वो एक्सीडेंट में बंदा मर जाता है, रोड एक्सीडेंट में, देन उसमें ड्राइवर तो है ही नहीं है, और जो पीछे बैठी वो लड़की घबरा के बेचारी भाग जाती है। यार मैंने तो उसको बोला था कि उधर लेके जाना, वो रुका नहीं, तो फिर अभी क्या? Who is responsible for that accident? That man died actually in that accident because that self-driving car did not have the instruction to follow what to do when a suddenly a human being comes in front of you. उसमें भी उसको टाइमलाइन का उन्होंने कुछ गैप रखा था इंस्ट्रक्शंस में कि अच्छा इतने सेकंड्स, अगर उस सेकंड से कम में वो आ गया तो वो मशीन है, वो तो क्या ही करेगी, वो थोड़ी इंसान के रिफ्लेक्सेस की तरह सोचेगी। हम क्या करेंगे? हम या तो डायरेक्शन चेंज कर देंगे या ब्रेक मारेंगे जोर से, कुछ ना कुछ तो ऐसा करेंगे ना बचाने के लिए। वो तो सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार है, ड्राइवरलेस कार है, सो इट्स नॉट एक्सेप्ट। Now coming to wearables and all, I will come. Of course, guidelines. Yes, ethical guidelines very important. This is the talk of the town of the inner circles of AI technocrats, I should say, who are making AI ethical. Of course, semiconductor तो हम बना रहे हैं, चिप्स बना रहे हैं, वो सब कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वो उसका एप्लीकेशन क्या है? एप्लीकेशन कहाँ दिखेगा? हम मोबाइल यूज करते हैं, एक मोबाइल में बताइए कितने पेटेंट्स हो सकते हैं? कैन एनीवन टेल मी? ऑफ कोर्स जिन्होंने मेरा पहले लेक्चर सुना है वो मत बोले, बाकी लोग बोल रहे हैं, इनमें से आई हैव फ्यू स्टूडेंट्स हियर हु वुड नो। Each mobile is having at least 1000 patents to it. So we are not talking about the chips तो trillions में है, आपको पता ही है, आप those who are in this business, and those applications किस तरीके से हम क्लिक करते हैं। आईफोन की कितनी सारी एप्लीकेशन, व्हाई एप्पल्स आईफोन इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अदर्स बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स, and those operating systems are protected by various patents. That is a legal right. That is the legal right. हम इतना महंगा लाख 1.5 लाख का जैसे जैसे हम ऊपर जाएंगे, अब सैमसंग का वो फोल्डेबल आया विच इज़ 1.25 लाख वर्थ मोबाइल, क्यों हम इतना पैसा दे रहे हैं? बिकॉज उसमें उतना R&D लगा है, उतने पेटेंट्स है, उतने एडिशनल फीचर्स हैं. ओके, सो कमिंग टू एथिकल गाइडलाइंस फॉर ट्रस्टवर्दी AI. ट्रस्टवर्दी होना चाहिए, that is it should be lawful, respecting all applicable laws and regulations. For example, for self-driving cars, then ethical, respecting ethical principles and values, and robust from technical perspective while taking into account its social environment. It should be sustainable. Whenever we are growing silicon carbide, of course silicon carbide is the base which we are using. We are growing silicon carbide in silicon ingots. That is the machine name in which the silicon ingots are grown. And then we cut them, we etch them, we do lithography, we do various things. We put in copper wire according to the designs, according to the applications. And then finally we have an end product where we touch the screen and that particular circuit gets activated and it shows the result. Right? So that is the technical aspect. In the social environment is, so जो silicon ingot मैंने बोला है वो उस मशीन का नाम है जिसमें silicon carbide का पूरा एक स्लैब तैयार होगा, उसमें से फ्यूम्स भी तो निकलेंगे, वो फ्यूम्स कहाँ जाएंगे? एंड सबसे बड़ी बात, silicon carbide itself is non-degradable product. It is more dangerous than plastic. हम प्लास्टिक बैग्स को बैन करने की बात करते हैं. एक्चुअली वी शुड मूव अवे फ्रॉम सिलिकॉन कार्बाइड. वी शुड थिंक अबाउट गैलियम नाइट्राइड, वी शुड थिंक अबाउट गैलियम आर्सेनाइड as the base for semiconductors rather than silicon carbide. But why do we go for silicon carbide? Because it's very cheap. That is the reason. नहीं तो कोई इतना महंगा हो जाएगा तो कोई खरीदेगा ही नहीं, तो हम क्या करेंगे उसका? We have to see the pockets too. So for sustainable economy maybe, but there are other options. There are various many other materials which are coming up and which are feasible also, which will be cost effective also. That maybe next time when SGCCI will call me, then I will tell. Not as of now. So these are the key requirements. I'll skip this. Coming to legal rights, we have patents, copyrights and designs. Copyrights for what? Now there are two questions when we have a chat GPT like platforms. What can be the two options for copyrights? There is a big debate going on in the world amongst the copyright policy makers. Copyright policy was adopted by India in a Berne Convention years back. And now that is being revised because there are two issues. Either we do not give the copyright to a work which is created by ChatGPT. अब किसी ने ChatGPT से कोई आर्टिकल लिखा और वो उसने अपना नाम उसमें छाप के प्रिंट आउट लेके और वो उसने भेज दिया कॉपीराइट ऑफिस में कि ये मेरा ये है, कि ये मेरे नाम का आर्टिकल है. कॉपीराइट ऑफिस कोई बुद्धू थोड़ी है वहाँ पे जो बैठे हैं दिल्ली में. उनके पास पूरे सॉफ्टवेयर सिस्टम्स है टू चेक वेदर इट इज अ केस ऑफ प्लेजियरिज्म और वेदर इट इज अ केस ऑफ ChatGPT, और वो उसको इमीडिएटली रिजेक्ट कर देंगे. सो दैट इज वन ऑप्शन कि वो उसको रिजेक्ट कर देंगे. Is the chat coming my way? Just 5 minutes I will wind up. Another option is that जिसने वो सॉफ्टवेयर बनाया, जिसने वो ChatGPT का सॉफ्टवेयर बनाया, उसको राइट दे दो. या तो राइट दो ही नहीं, कॉपीराइट सर्टिफिकेट, कॉपीराइट जो सर्टिफिकेट है वो आप ऑथर को नहीं दो, या अगर देना ही है तो जिसने वो ChatGPT का सॉफ्टवेयर बनाया है उसको दो. So there's a big debate going on for copyright law and for patents. I will take a few examples of healthcare in this, where the AI-based inventions in the healthcare, they are, I will just skip off because of the shortage of time. And yes, very important, designs. For all the IC chips which you are making, which are getting made, there will be a specific design for each chip. And in that design, the etching will be done and a copper wire will be incorporated in that design. So that design should be protected. Please get design patent for that. Design registration done for that. That is your legal right. You've spent time and money on that. Please note, it is not your legal right unless and until you have that legal certificate from patent office in your name for whatever new invention or new idea you are materializing. Now coming to AI benefits in better medicine, it can help in diagnosis, treatment, prediction, record management, assistance during surgery. Pillbot, already Sudhir Bhai has already demonstrated about Pillbot, and similarly incorporating quantum science. As of now, Sudhir Bhai is smiling, I think he knows about it. When we do go for MRI or we go for CT scan, हम कहते हैं कि हमारी बॉडी में एक भी सेल होगा कैंसर का तो डिटेक्ट हो जाएगा ब्रॉडर वे में, और कई बार वो नहीं भी होता डिटेक्ट क्योंकि वो रेडिएशन ने उसको वहां से पकड़ा नहीं. पर क्वांटम बेस्ड आज की डेट में ऐसे इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स आ गए हैं, सेल तो क्या, सेल के अंदर भी अगर कुछ मेटाबॉलिक डिसऑर्डर हो रहा है ना, विच विल लीड टू कैंसर 5 years later, दैट विल बी डिटेक्टेड. प्रोटीन कहाँ पे malformation हो रही है, that will be detected. So that is the significance of AI. That is another level of AI. I did not include that slide in this, but these are the examples of the companies and which have obtained patents, copyrights and designs. IBM, Google, and Ltd.N, 2XR, Atomwise, Deep Genomics. You can take the pics because I will not go into details because of shortage of time. Once again, I am simply telling. Okay, these are very important. These are the indigenous startups. We should be proud Indians. Most of the Indians, they shine when they go out of India, like Sundar Pichai. And one more, Ramaswamy or some, he was a Nobel Prize winner in UK. He did his masters from MSU, Vadodara. उसके बाद उन्होंने PhD ऑक्सफोर्ड में जाके किया और फिर उनको नोबेल प्राइज मिला. एंड वी आर वेरी प्राउड ऑफ all these scientists, but we should also see the other way around. Why could they not shine in India? Why did they have to go abroad and shine? Why did we not provide them the facility to taper on their intellectual जो भी उनके फाइंडिंग्स थे, उनके विचार थे या जो भी था, हमने उसको क्यों नहीं यहाँ बढ़ावा दिया. So we see SIG tuple of Bangalore based startup, Niramai Bangalore based, Cure AI Mumbai based, another Pharmeasy भी सबको पता है, Healthify Me, again this is AI based Bangalore में maximum startups. Would you believe it? Maximum startups as of now is in Bangalore. And I would like to introduce over here Suchi Semicon from Surat. I didn't know about it earlier, otherwise I would have included that out here. Anyway, now this is also very interesting. You can, you see in the first, that is a local patient. This is a remote therapist, and with the help of goggles, he is guiding her, navigation कर रहा है कि कैसे वो स्पिगेटी यूज करनी है, कैसे स्पिगेटी खानी है using those chopsticks. See this, and this local patient is half blind. She cannot see properly, and with these goggles, he is able to guide her remotely. वो कहीं और दुनिया में बैठा है, वो कहीं और दुनिया में बैठी है. This is the beauty of AI. It is patented. Mind it, whatever technologies I am showing out here, they are all patented. See this. Concept of using augmented reality in therapy for phobias of small animals. These animals are not real, they are created ones. हम लोग कई बार सर्कस वगैरह में या कहीं ऐसी जगह पे जाते हैं, वहाँ पे एक कार में बैठते हैं और हम उसको देखते हैं कुछ गॉगल्स पहन के, 3D गॉगल्स पहन के, हमको लगता है हम ही वो रोलर कोस्टर पे कार चला रहे हैं. Isn't it? Has anyone ever experienced that? I have experienced. और उसके बाद मैंने हाथ लगाया कि आगे से कभी मैं ऐसे में नहीं बैठूंगी जो मैंने चीखें मारी वहाँ. तो मुझे तो लगा मुझे हार्ट अटैक ही आ जाएगा बीच में, कि मुझे लगा मैं तो गिरने वाली हूँ अभी, ऊपर नीचे चली गई गाड़ी. अच्छा है, बच गई. That's it. Anyway, so oxide to aid navigation in visually sighted individuals. जो उनको लाठी लेके चलने की जरूरत नहीं है, खाली गॉगल्स पहनने ही उनको रास्ते का पता चल जाएगा. And this is all patented. Mind it, all these navigational, all these, and see, Novartis having augmented reality device to couple to an imaging system of an ophthalmic microscope. Then Israel Ministry for assisting in walking and movement disorders. And this is bionic lens. This is even interesting. Those who have complete loss of vision right from birth, if they have this bionic lens incorporated in their eye, they will be able to see. The images would be formed, the signals would be given to the brain, and from the brain in that particular, if that particular section of the brain is active, they will be able to see the images. So this is even more interesting. Theranostic applications means thera comes from therapeutics, that is आपका इलाज होना, treatment होना. Gnostics comes from diagnostics, मतलब आपका disease क्या है, आप पैथोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाते हो डायग्नोसिस के लिए, that is diagnostics. एक ऐसा रिस्ट बैंड ये बन रहा है जिसमें जैसे शुगर के पेशेंट्स के लिए वो रिस्ट बैंड आपने लगा लिया, वो कंटिन्यूअसली आपका मॉनिटर करेगा, आपका शुगर लेवल 120 से ऊपर ही नहीं जाने देगा. जैसे 120 से ऊपर गया, वो थोड़ा सा इंसुलिन अमाउंट आपके ऑटोमेटिकली आपके सिस्टम में इंजेक्ट कर देगा. सो आपका डायबिटीज रिलेटेड कॉम्प्लिकेशन होने का चांस कितना रिड्यूस हो गया, बिकॉज यू विल बी लीडिंग अ नॉर्मल लाइफ. यू विल बी एबल टू ईट आइसक्रीम, यू विल बी एबल टू ईट जलेबीज. मीठा खाने को हम मना करते हैं, कुछ नहीं, घड़ी घड़ी आप जाओ डॉक्टर के पास, फास्टिंग क्या है, P2 क्या है, कभी हाइपो हो रहा है, कभी हाइपर हो रहा है, वो सब इलिमिनेट हो गया बाय दिस पर्टिकुलर रिस्ट बैंड. दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ AI. ब्यूटी ऑफ AI in medicine, of course. So smart implants, of course, कुछ भी implantation अगर होती है, आप prosthetics करते हो, if any से अभी तो नी इम्प्लांटेशन ज़्यादा लोगों की हो रही है, उसमें पता चलता है कि भाई उसमें गैजेट लगा देते हैं which will give a sign, okay, stairs have come, you have to put this much of pressure, or now this has to be replaced, or this medication has to be taken. So those kind of signals are given into your mobile sets. So that is it. These are the top 4 companies. This is one thing which I wanted to insist right from the very beginning when this AI saga started.
Last 2 minutes. Yeah.
Last, I will take less than that. You will give me a prize. Okay. This is WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization data that top amongst the there is a trend of patent filing in AI, and India stands 5th in the world. Let us have big claps for India, yeah. So, 5th position in the world, but still much more needs to be done. Why? See the patent filing in AI of China. Number 1, 38,000. Number 2, US 6,000. Korea 3rd, 4,000. 4th, Japan 3,000, and India 1,000. So we have a lot more work to do. Please file patents. All those industrialists who are sitting out here, all the students who are sitting out here, you need not be a scientist to file a patent. You just have to think out of box, see that thing works, get hold of some people, technical people who can help you out, file a patent and go ahead with your invention. 8वीं कक्षा का भी एक पेटेंट होल्डर है. इवन जीडी गोयनका का भी एक 10th स्टैंडर्ड का स्टूडेंट है जिसने कॉमर्स लिया हुआ है, लेकिन उसने एक फ्यूल सेविंग इंजन बनाया अपने फादर की हेल्प से, उसका पेटेंट कराया उसने. सो आपको जरूरी नहीं है एक साइंटिस्ट ही होना चाहिए, कोई भी फील्ड का हो आप पेटेंट कर सकते हो. दैट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ इट. भले किसी भी एज का. अभी मैंने पीछे एक लास्ट वीक मेरा एक पेटेंट ग्रांट हुआ है. दैट फेलो इज 78 ईयर ओल्ड. उसका पेटेंट एक ग्रांट हुआ है, 2 डिजाइन रजिस्ट्रेशंस हुए और वो कहता है कि मैडम अभी तो मैंने 3 पेटेंट और आपके लिए लाइन अप किए हुए हैं. तो मैं अभी उसको कहती हूँ कि सर मैं नेक्स्ट वीक आपसे बात करती हूँ, अभी मेरे पास बहुत काम है. अभी यहाँ पे भी एक सज्जन बैठे हैं जिनका पेटेंट का काम मेरा चल रहा है और वो मुझे बहुत प्रेशराइज कर रहे हैं. अभी उनका ख़त्म करना है फिर मैं उनका दूँ. सो दिस इज़ द ब्यूटी ऑफ. सो thanks for all these points I've already covered. So thank you very much for patiently. मेरा गिफ्ट दीजिए, मेरा
taken 2 minutes full. Thank you. See, information which is here, serving here is all are needed, but we have some time constraint to hear all. Yes. Yes, Vignesh bhai, come here to introduce next speaker, and within 1 minute we will be closing in 10 minutes. Yeah, thank you.
So I think it's already late. So we have our last but not least the speaker, Dr. Vandana Shah. So we already discussed lot things for semiconductor and AI trends. So now let's see some practical examples. Please be seated for at least 10-15 minutes. Okay. I'll quickly introduce. Dr. Vandana Shah is an expert with over 22 years of experience in AI, robotics and electronics engineering. Recently, she had led many international projects in Mirai Innovation and Research Center in Japan. Suchi, traveling for 3 months in Japan recently. Including development and intelligence robot dog and VR-based tele-operational systems. So currently she engaged in a very exciting and challenging projects in collaboration with Japan Research Center and Mexican government. Project called Robot Lazaro. So she will be explaining little more. Since 2003, Dr. Shah has been a professor in SCATE, which is in Savarjanic University. Contributing to curriculum development and research. She has organized, participate in over 70 events globally and held multiple leadership roles within the university. That's it. I think Dr. Vandana Shah, floor is yours.
So as ChatGPT, I will also respond very fast and winding up this session within 10 minutes. Okay. No. You will get the actual food, not the virtual food through AI. And I appreciate my family members are also there. I'm happy to see you all. And I just want to say something more about what Meera madam and Sudhir sir said about husband-wife relationship. હવે પ્રેમ સંબંધ નહીં રહેશે, હવે AI સંબંધ રહેશે. So I imagine a world whose AI doesn't just write the lyrics or the music, પણ એ AI તમારી પાસે હવે રોયલ્ટી પણ માંગશે કે આ મેં મ્યુઝિક લખ્યું છે, હવે મને એની રોયલ્ટી આપો. Okay, so now I'll be showing you some of the applications of AI very fast. Okay, the birth of AI. From this picture I just recalled one of the incident when I went to Cambridge University. I found that few of the girls were taking the sample of saliva of mother. I asked them why you are taking saliva of mother. They said that these mothers are pregnant mothers and they are observing the growth of the baby inside the womb using this saliva. So what is AI? In the real life application, if I talk about this example of the pregnant lady, in that the data are collected from the different mothers and they are then given to the machine for the learning, and these machine learning will tell or predict the growth of the brain, whether it is underdeveloped, nicely developed, or any other option, right? So AI is everywhere. I just want to go for the heart of the Surat, that is Diamond City. Okay, so I would like to show you one of the example. Before that, okay, this is the example which is given by NASA. They have just sent the rover to the Mars, and on the Mars it was finding out whether there is a life on the rocks in the ancient past or not. So I think the video has some issue. Okay. So it is capturing the image on the Mars, taking the data, giving to the AI for the deep learning, and it is identifying from those features, small features of the rock, whether the life was there or not in the Mars, right? Now, okay, remember, AI can help you find your keys, but it cannot stop you from losing them in the first place. So AI is not everywhere. I often tell to my students that there is nothing like artificial. Everything is created by human. So ultimately the brain is of human, right? So we should never forget our creativity, our art. And why you require AI to be connected always? Darwinનો પણ સિદ્ધાંત છે, survival of the fittest. જો તમે AI સાથે નહીં ચાલો તો તમે out of the track થઈ જશો, So you need to get connected with the recent technology for the good employment, as Meera ma'am rightly suggested, that develop your skill. So this is the example of the diamond industry whereby AI is introduced. AI is introduced for finding out or predicting the price of the diamond. Not only price of the diamond, but it is also useful for the quality of diamond, right? So these data of diamonds which are more than 50,000, I'm sure there is 53,940 diamond entries taken place, and they have different features like carat weight, cut grade, the dimensions, the color, and from these all data they identify that what is the price of the diamond, what is the quality of the diamond. If the diamond damage takes place, then AI can also identify that where is the place the damage takes place. Okay, so this is one of the researchers' work whereby it is identifying using the image processing, video processing, and some morphological operation. They identify that where is the place where the diamond is damaged, right? So now what is happening over here? By cheap laborers, JB હશે, એ લોકો વિચારશે કે ભાઈ અમારો તો ધંધો જતો રહ્યો, AI લઈ લીધો. But no, it's not like that. The salary which you were getting for these kind of tasks was very, very less. Rather you learn this and get more salary. How to do image processing, how to do video processing, how AI works, right? Okay, so this is the same example that you can identify the quality of the diamond. Now, diamond ક્યાંથી મળે છે? કોઈ કહેશે મને? Mines, okay. So in the mine, people do not go. આપણા જે president of India, Draupadi Murmu, she has a very grief story. એમનું જે past છે, એમનું જે background છે, બહુ બધું pain છે. It has a lot of agony. She was asked by a young child one day, Madam, તમે makeup કેમ નથી કરતા? Why you are not doing makeup? She cried at that time and she replied, she belongs to Odisha, Sithal, a place che, she belonged to that. She said that in my village, the small children of 4 to 5 years children, these children were sent to the mines. એ લોકોને અંદર માઇન્સમાં મોકલવામાં આવતા હતા. Why? To find out some of the minerals for the makeup, some of the ingredients for the makeup. And you won't believe, everyone around her died because of some blast happened in the mine. Even her brother, her mother, her father, everyone. A grief સાથે એમણે એટલું બધું powerful personality create કરીને આજે આપણા president છે. But the point is that she is not using that. And she said, human life should not be on these costs. In place of human, Why can't we make a robot and send the robot to the mines to find out what is the availability of these diamonds or any minerals, right? So here I would like to show you one video. Our project में Peru government साथे करियो हतो, and this is the robot made by the Peruvian students and the researchers, whereby this robot goes into the mines in a pits and falls બધું જ એ સફર કરીને માઇન્સ ની અંદર એ લોકો શું ફાઇન્ડ કરશે, ટેમ્પરેચર ફાઇન્ડ કરશે, હ્યુમિડિટી ફાઇન્ડ કરશે, રાઈટ? What is the possibility of the minerals that they will find out, right? And in such a way they can protect the life of the human. So AI is protecting the life, securing the life. I would like to show you the video based on this. I think something happened to video, not an issue. The more thing robot will tell you, this robot which was just going on the slant road, it is also identifying कि जे भी pipes છે અંદર mines માં કે કોઈ factory માં, these pipes are having corrosion or not. Because if the pipes are more corroded, what will happen? There may be the chances of accident. So robot will identify using image processing whether the corrosion takes place or not. Moreover, robot will also identify the obstacle. It avoids the obstacle and move on to the path. So this is the beauty of the robot. This is called the spider robot. Okay, this spider robot will identify the mapping or the area of the room or industry of the mines, and it will tell you that the person sitting at the remote, it will tell the person that this is the area, this is the exact vicinity whereby one can find the minerals. Okay. So this is the robot on which I have worked, which is avoiding the obstacle and also reaching to the destination. Not only diamond, but we have one more application in AI, that is textile business. I went to Japan and there is one big company, Kasai, right? They are into the pharmaceutical company, but as they came to know that AI is very important, they have started making their designs using AI. By doing that, they have done cost reduction, quality improvement, and they have used this particular machine, or you can say the information, for making their product more nicer day by day, right? So this is their journey. I'm not going in detail with this because it will take a lot of time. So they have built analysis platform whereby AI works to identify that which design is most popular in the Japanese people, and they have created those design more and more. Okay, so they are worried about the choices of the people, right? AI is also useful in agriculture for finding out the health of the crop, temperature of the farm, humidity, soil moisture, everything. It can forecast whether there is going to be rain or not. Accordingly, hydraulic pump and other actuator works. AI is also useful in the healthcare, as it is rightly said by Vignesh Bhai that I have worked with Japanese people for making the dog. This is the dog which is helpful to the people over there, those who are elderly or disabled. This dog will help them to, motivate, to guide them, and even to dance. It was actually dancing. Right now I'm not going to play this video. And another robot is the paper robot. This paper robot is also communicating with the human. The human, those who are very much depressed or having anxiety, they try to communicate with the people and find out some therapeutic treatment as per the emotions of the person. So there are many emotions. I just want to tell you that in Japan, more than age of 80 and 90 people are living, and they are very alone. So they found a small baby robot, and this baby robot will help the person to interact and to entertain them, right, and to guide them and motivate them. So these are the different kind of robots created and developed by Japanese people for the healthcare. As I have told you, that robot can also identify the emotions of the person. 7 different emotions could be identified using a humanoid robot. So these are the various emotions captured while I was doing the research work in Japan. And this is the robot which is work in restaurant. This particular robot is serving to the person, as well as also telling arigato gozaimasu. That means thank you very much for selecting our restaurant, right? And by this slide, I just want to tell you that AI is not only helpful in healthcare sector, but it is also helpful in various industries like mining, right, textile, agriculture. And I must say that you should always keep on learning the new technology. If you are really interested to become a businessman or doing some research work, then you should get connected yourself. I have recently seen one movie, Bionic. You might have seen this Bionic movie, as Meera ma'am rightly pointed, Bionic eye. The athlete was having bionic leg and she was doing high jump using that bionic leg. So the advancement of technology is such a way that now people are wearing this AI technology and winning the game, right? So I must say that ઘણીવાર લોકો પબ્લિસિટી માટે પણ ચાઈ જીપીટી એવું લખતા હોય છે, ચેટ જીપીટી ની જગ્યાએ ચાઈ જીપીટી, right? So AI is influencing the life of the people. Every now and then you will find that AI is there. Even you want to say something to your boss, you just write some statement in your email, it will be automatically generated the full length, Have you observed that તમે એક શબ્દ લખશો એટલે ચેટમાં બીજા મેલમાં બીજા શબ્દ એની જાતે જ આવી જશે? It's called generative AI. So chat GPT is kind of generative AI which help you to generate the answer. Okay. So with this small presentation I would like to conclude, and એટલું જ કહેવા માંગુ છું કે કાર હંમેશા આપણે આગળ જોઈને ચલાવતા હોઈએ, રાઈટ? પાછળ જે બી ટેકનોલોજી છે એને ભૂલી જવાનું, પાછળ અમુક વાર જ જોઈએ આપણે. Okay, so always drive your car seeing in the front, see the present and the future. Don't see the past, and update yourself as per the future. Thank you so much.
So last ball માં 2020 માં 600 મારે અને મેડમે આજે એના પ્રેઝન્ટેશન માં 600 મારી છે. So very grateful and a very useful presentation. So I come to the end. 2 minutes now. So I want to call upon our today's sponsor and Bashir Bhai to facilitate as a sponsor. Yes, Bashir Bhai. We have separate memento for the sponsor. Yes. Anna madam, please join me. Ignish. આવી જાઓ ભાઈ. હવે થેન્ક યુ કહેવાના. Thank you, Suchi Semicon. So it's now really come to end. We are announcing the closure, the transforming business through AI, the impact of AI, robotics, latest trend, policy and semiconductor innovation. And I firstly really thank you all the speaker, Mr. Sudhir Nayak, Mr. Ashok Mehta, Dr. Vandana Shah, Dr. Meera Sharma. Your knowledge and experience really gain us today. And special thanks to all the audience, really express a gratitude that you have been here. We have a dinner here. Maybe start
dinner.
Yes, food court next to this same hall. There is a person who guide you. So enjoy the delicious dinner and over the networking about AI in semiconductor. Thank you again. Thank you all the SGCCI staff members and the office bearers. Thank you.
More or less, thank you Puneet bhai for the wonderful MOC. Thank you sir. અને મેડમ નો કૂતરો ભોકે છે કે કરડે છે એ આપણે પૂછવાનું ભૂલી ગયા.
No, it dance and love you.